Attention, please. It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
All right, and welcome to another episode of the Jumping the Rail podcast. This is Mark Redmond coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, joined as always by my buddy Minderz. And, this is going to be a rough one, Minderz. I don't know what we're going to talk about today.
What do you want to talk about today, Reb?
That's very Cody of you.
There's a lot going on. A lot.
There is.
Indies, especially with what I just saw on, let's see, what was it, Wrestle World?
Yeah, there's some juicy
interesting
nuggets
things.
of on the rumor mill there for sure. And just I just want to watch the carnage in me is really hoping that one of those things happens.
I'm waiting for the train wreck. I hope the train wreck
Oh,
happens. I hope
oh,
it
the
does.
meltdown.
That's
This
gonna
will
be great.
this will be a calm reaction if that's the case. Uh,
Ah,
First off, we all remember the last episode. We were doing a "Who Wore It Better" segment, Minderz, with our friend Clayton Clark, the Shotgun City Sheriff, and Tony Khan. For those that don't remember, there's Clayton,
mhm.
there's Tony. Clayton, Tony, Clayton.
Clayton wore it better.
Okay, so we have a new entry in this equation here, Minderz,
Do
after
we?
this past weekend.
Do we?
You stole the man's hat.
I might have gotten in a fight with the sheriff. It's okay.
Removing an officer's hat is technically a federal offense. So there's Clayton, there's Minderz.
I think he still wears it better, but it was more funny
Yeah.
for me to steal it.
Okay, so Clayton wins this one. Okay, let's try this. Minderz, Tony.
It's totally me. It's totally me. I wore it better than Tony.
Oh, AJ says JBL wore it better than both of them. Both of them.
Both.
Oh, both of them. Oh, okay.
Hey, Dwayne says I
Wayne
rocked
liked
it.
Yeah, we had a good time. We went to Hybrid Championship Wrestling this past Saturday. Checked the show out. And speaking of that, we were going to be joined by the owner of Hybrid Championship
Yeah, the
Wrestling.
booker.
The booker, I guess, is the
booker.
proper term. Also, a notable independent wrestler, Austin Ryan, one half of Mount Olympus, as seen on Minder's t-shirt. So we'll pick his brain a little bit about some of the doings in Indiana.
There you go. Sounds good to me.
Yes.
So where do we want to start? Do we want to can we do the little juicy bit of information
Let's
that
do
I
the
got?
juicy tidbit of information because that just tickled me. Just the idea that this could happen.
Okay, so exclusive, and this is from Wrestle World. So I don't know how legit it is, but this is what I saw. We're being told that Raw's next TV deal has either been completed or extremely close to being completed and is expected to be announced before January of 2024. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. Does that work okay?
Oh, yeah. Build up
Let's do that.
suspense.
So in a distant fourth, last they heard, was NBC Universal to possibly retain the rights for either USA Network or Sci-Fi. So then third place, right, or looking in about third, is Amazon, which they're looking to place the show on their Prime streaming service. Legit. Second is Disney, and they're looking to place the show on FX.
Okay.
Here you go, Reb. This is the one
Hang
that
on,
made
wait, hang on. Before you do,
Okay.
let me take the thing down. Where is it? There we go. Ready?
Ready. Oh, you got drum roll. Yay.
I figured it out.
Warner Brothers Discovery looking at placing the show on TBS or TNT. Is Tony shitting his pants yet?
Oh my god. Well, more.
Right. Well, yeah, true.
Well, I'll tell you what. That jackass decided to go head to head with Survivor Series on Saturday with, what was it, Collision and Rampage, right?
Sure. I didn't even get a chance to watch Collision or Rampage.
I haven't heard
barely
the
got
ratings
Survivor
yet.
Series.
It's, I mean, he got his ass kicked with Collision going up against SmackDown. What made him think that those two shows were going to have a decent number with Survivor Series going opposite them?
I don't know.
Our buddy Bari actually made an interesting point after Saturday. He asked if this was Tony's Waterloo moment for all you history buffs. You know about Napoleon. He got a little big for his britches and tried to invade Waterloo and got his ass kicked, which made me get creative. It made me get creative, Minderz. So I had to go on the. So for those who know who Napoleon is. I guess Napoleon Tony Part, I guess you would call him.
I guess. I'm not sure how that would go.
Dwayne says WWE and AEW both on Turner. I don't know if it's both.
I don't know if it'd be both.
It is entirely possible that they're looking to
get rid.
With the way the ratings have been lately, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to just take AEW off.
Switch out. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. I like what AJ had to say.
Oh, hang on. What did he say? Oh, I'm going to imagine I'm reading this in Vince's voice.
Please do.
Well, goddamn, pal, we got these ratings with the off-brand shit. What kind of ratings will we do with this name brand shit?
Exactly. He's got a point.
He really does. I mean, that's TV networks for you. They're looking for the things that are going to get you the ratings, and lately it has not been AEW.
Right.
It's crazy to think, but it's with all the other, I guess we would call it notable happenings this weekend between the AEW and WWE.
Hell froze over. It's all good.
Hell froze over. I see all these on these fan pages on Facebook or on social media in general saying they're still holding on to this. They're saying Tony's the greatest booker ever and he saved pro wrestling and all this shit. And we're going to get into Full Gear eventually.
Do we have to?
I mean, we kind of do.
Okay.
We'll hit the high spots. But,
high spots?
Well.
Sorry.
Con spots.
All right. Oh boy.
I'm a little worried about jumping into anything juicy because I don't want to get going before our guest arrives.
Well, I just sent him a message, so we'll see. We'll see if I get an answer back.
Well, one thing I will talk about. I mean, the elephant in the room is obviously CM Punk coming back in Survivor Series. But somebody has wedged his way into the conversation, even though nobody wants him there, Minderz. And I'm just going to throw this up here.
Oh,
right back.
Would he please retire? I would be so happy if he would just retire. And can we take him off Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called?
He needs to get off of all of the socials and the whatnots and everything because he's kind of a jackass. But anyway, so he put that up where he said he was going to retire if Punk showed up. But he backpedaled, Minderz. I don't know if you saw this or not.
Now is it like if he stays for 6 months? He'll retire or something.
He said that too, but here's what he put after Survivor Series. So the top one there's the official retire. Then I will not be retiring. He had to return to AEW, and that did not happen.
What?
Yeah, he backpedaled. Yeah.
Wait, AJ has a good point. Retire
This is
from
very, very
what?
true. And then later on, I don't know if you saw this, Minderz. Later on he went on and he said
Oh,
that when he
jeez.
does come back, he's going to have a louder pop than Punk did.
All right. Keep the dream alive, Rayback.
Yeah. Oh, right back. Oh my goodness.
Rayback.
So,
That's what I'm calling him, Rayback.
will you send him right back to wherever he came from?
Please? Can we
Ridiculous.
please?
Yes. I honestly, I haven't thought about the guy in years.
The only time I ever
Until
think
he
about him
goes
is
on
when he
his
puts
little
up. Yep, when he puts up something
stupid
stupid.
shit.
Yep.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It's
Don't care.
and then you see, I guess I was talking about the hello.
Oh, pie
Oh,
noodles.
yeah, she's next to the Christmas tree. I have to kind of keep an eye on her because she likes to try to mess with the tree, and the tree is literally right next to me. So that's why I have this handy.
Ah.
So she does not care for that. She doesn't even like the sight of it. So hopefully that works. But anyway, talking about the fans, they're number one. They're saying Punk is a traitor for leaving AEW. He got fired. Tony fucked up, not Punk.
Exactly. Okay, I'm going to say it. Did you watch Raw last night?
I did watch Raw.
Did you see at the very end what he said?
He said, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money," and that's
And
Wrestling 101.
that is Wrestling 101.
And if you listen to the promo, and I mentioned this to our little group chat today, Minderz, you would have thought he'd never been in AEW the way he
Uh-uh.
was talking,
Not at all. Not at all.
which is the biggest FU you can give to Tony Khan or Jack Perry or the Young Bucks
Ugh.
after all the shit they were pulling to not even acknowledge him, no pun intended.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, it's because that's what they want. They want the attention. That's why Bucks did the friggin' victory lap in Chicago after he got fired.
Idiot.
and and all the AEW diehards, I guess, all due respect to ECW fans, all the Kool-Aid drinkers in AEW are going on about how Tony saved wrestling and he's the one he got wronged by Punk because Punk went to WWE, and it's like I said, any sympathy I could have remotely had for Tony Khan in this situation went away when the Bucks did their victory lap.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Bari made a good point. He closed the
Yeah,
chapter like a grown man should.
that's right. All right. Oh, AJ made a good point too. That you can
Yep.
make friends or you can make money is an old Kevin Nash quote. Yeah, and nobody did that better than Kevin Nash.
Right. Dwayne's
'Cause,
got a question for us.
okay, Dwayne asking, was Seth Rollins' reaction on Saturday real?
Do you have your Gary
Oh,
video ready?
not only that, I need to get something going here because Gary, as we know,
Never happened, it's a word. Never happened, it's a word.
get that going, but I'll play it twice. It merits it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Did I do? I did not. Okay, I need to get a. I had a chat with Gary after Survivor Series. He sent me a very concise message on in the Facebook Messenger after reacting to this. So
Uh-huh.
I'm
Does
just
it
gonna
consist of it's a
screenshot
word?
this. Oh no,
Oh, okay.
it's I'm not gonna show the whole conversation. I'm just gonna show what he said,
Okay.
like originally.
Okay.
Let me get it from my phone to the computer.
You
There
go
it
right ahead and do
is.
that.
All right, because I think you'll get a kick out of it. Oh, also, by the way, Minderz, we're doing our big year in review episode on December 26th on the Tuesday.
6th. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think Gary is going to join us.
Yay!
I think where did my picture go?
That makes me happy.
Yes. Okay, the picture disappeared.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's very on brand with me. Do that
Yeah.
again here. Because the suspense is killing you, I'm sure.
It is. I really want to see what Gary had to say.
Oh, failed.
Oh, it failed.
Airdrop.
Yeah, do that.
There we go. Now we got it here. Move it over here where I won't lose it. There we go. All right, overlay. I talk to myself because somebody's got
We
to.
can't have dead air, and I'm not sure what to talk about
No,
because I don't
that's
know
why
what
I'm.
he's going to
That's why.
say. So
Okay, so as we know, Gary was convinced that Punk leaving AEW was a work, and he was going to be coming back.
right.
About not too long after the end of the Survivor Series event, I got this message. Yeah,
Well, shit.
it kind of sums it up, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Oh, my friend Gary.
We love Gary. I'll be glad.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
glad to see him coming back. So be nice to have him back.
yes, yes. I'm hoping he's back regularly, but if not, every now and then is a nice bonus.
Nice change of pace, so we don't
Yes,
entertain everybody ourselves all the time, or don't entertain everybody ourselves.
yes. So I reached out to our buddy, Big Man Chan from Zero One, because I wanted to get him on with us for a few minutes at least, because he was in Chicago at Survivor Series.
He was.
I was able to hear back. He was busy. So I think he's at work, so he hadn't got back to me yet. So
Gotcha.
maybe we can get him at some point. But yeah, there was he was in Chicago for SmackDown and Survivor Series. Kind of messed up kayfabe a little bit in the process, but that's neither here nor there. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, AJ wants to make sure we know that he stumbled out of your house singing
Oh,
Punk's
I
theme
know he
music
did,
after.
because he came to visit
Oh, I
me
think the
before
whole
he
neighborhood
left.
knows he did. Yep.
And he came to visit me before he
Boy.
left, and
It's
like,
just like it was
dude.
like an RKO out of nowhere.
Did
Oh my
anybody
God.
really
Sugarfo
think
thought he was
Randy
nuts.
wasn't going to show up, though?
Oh no,
Not for one
of
moment
course he
did
was
I
gonna
think
show.
he wasn't going to show
No,
up.
they made everybody wait, for the big return. That's the same reason
But
I think they made Punk wait to do in the main event last night instead of opening the show.
well, and but we're not talking about my favorite return.
Oh,
We are
the
truth
ageless
back.
R-Truth. Yes, and he has not missed a beat.
Exactly. Especially
He is awesome.
him last night on Raw. Exactly. Don't forget
In
the biggest
Judgment Day's
return of the night.
clubhouse.
Him in the clubhouse with the platinum jelly roll.
Oh, jelly roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, truth. Graciously offered to be the Judgment Day's 5th member on their War Games team last night.
Last night.
His timing, as always, was impeccable.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? We can go ahead and get into some of the stuff for AEW. I'm sending you a message right now, and we'll go ahead and get in some. Why don't we go ahead and get into like the full gear and some of that stuff, and then we can.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll
So,
do that.
all right. So, with Full Gear, and this is one that we all had to kind of catch up on after the fact because we were at Zero One USA show last Saturday, so we were not
Which was
able
probably
to catch
more
it
fun than full
as it
gear.
happened.
I'm just saying.
Hey, that was a fun show. I love Zero One shows,
Well, and we'll talk all about it tomorrow night.
Oh, yes, indeed. All right, I'm going to call up the results from Full Gear at least so we can.
Yeah, please do,
have
because I
something
don't
to-
remember. I don't remember.
I will say this: highly entertaining listening to Jim Cornette discuss Full Gear.
I only got a chance to listen to him talk about one match.
And I bet I know the Texas Death Match.
The Texas Death Match. AJ, can you put up AJ's quote? Full gear, more like TK's dealer showed up with his full order of gear for the night.
I'm not going to put up the picture I put of Tony Khan in Scarface mode because that might get me in trouble on YouTube.
Yeah,
But,
don't do that.
I'll stick with Napoleon Tony part.
There you go.
I need to call the Paint Your Life people, see if I can get this portrait made and then have it sent to them.
There you. Okay. All right. Let's start off with Full Gear. What happened?
All right. Well,
I don't
first off,
remember. I've slept and
okay. Well,
drank since
first
then.
off, yeah. So the pre-show matches look better than some of the stuff on the pay-per-view. First off, well, it's Eddie Kingston defended the Ring of Honor World Title against Jay Lethal, which would be phenomenal if the rest of the Goon Squad wasn't out there with Jay Lethal.
Right.
Yeah.
If they actually
Kingston
took Lethal
retained.
seriously. If they took
Yeah,
Lethal
which,
seriously, that would have been great.
but the match he had with Swerve on Dynamite last week was excellent
Yeah. I believe
in the
it.
tournament. Yeah, because there was no bullshit, nobody interfering, no giants, no pinheads, whatever you want to say. But yeah, Kingston retained in the opening match on the 0 hour. Let's see, Claudio versus Buddy Matthews. That's another one. That's,
I need to get back and watch that because
yeah.
I love Buddy and I love Claudio. So
Yes.
let's do it. I need to
Yes.
watch that one.
Yeah. Claudio got the win here with the sharpshooter, so Matthews tapped out. Then we had the Ring of Honor World Tag Team title match, MJF and Samoa Joe against the Guns, Austin and Joey O'Gunn. That never gets old, does it, Minderz?
No, it sure doesn't. I still love it. I just hate the
AJ
fact that I was the one that pointed it out.
Yes. AJ enjoyed Kingston Lethal. Dwayne pointing out that there is a Napoleon movie coming out. There sure is, but they couldn't get Tony to play him, though. So, unfortunately.
Aw, I'm so bummed. I'm okay, though. I'll live.
All right. So, of course, MJF and Joe win the tag title match, and then that's when the Bullet Club did the stretcher job on MJF.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Setting up for the main event of Full Gear. Yay.
mhm. MJF is great. I like Adam Cole. I hate the dynamic with those two.
I'm tired
It's
of
like
the gimmick. I'm tired of the gimmick.
It's
and
a bad
how much,
romance.
How
All
much
due
do you
respect
think
to Lady
I would
Gaga.
say that? How much do you think I would say that? I liked it better when they didn't like each other.
Yeah. Well, number one, MJF heel is better than anything. And if
still think-
MJF's going to be a babyface, then Adam should be the heel because he's a great heel also. And I know he's kind of up a creek though with his injury and all that. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense, AJ.
I still think they missed an opportunity not calling the ass boys the sons of a gun.
It's true. Also, Dwayne asking him, Buddy Matthews and Rhea are engaged, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think
the question
that's
up there.
last I knew. Yeah.
Yes.
Although we can't kill kayfabe. She's with Dom, remember?
Right. Although she's awful flirty with a lot of other guys.
Yeah.
Drew, Orton.
Orton last night.
Oh, Daddy's home, he says.
Daddy's home.
I popped.
I did
All right.
too. All right. Back
So,
to Full Gear.
okay. So, I mean, I've said my piece about Cole and MJF. I don't know where they can go if both of them are hurt because MJF's announced he's got a torn labrum now.
Yeah.
But he says he's going to defend his title at World's End. So we'll see if that actually goes through.
If he doesn't, who does he drop it to? Joe?
He doesn't. You know they do interim championships.
Thanks,
Thanks,
they
guys.
don't have that belt anymore, do they?
Well, I'm sure they have replicas.
I was gonna say somebody took it with him, didn't he?
Well, shit, if Moxley does it again, he's probably got the belt at home.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Because Moxley
It's dope.
always saves the day. That's dope, guys.
It's dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I always talk about we can't quote Cornette that often, but Brian Last's impression of John Moxley is just delightful.
Cracks me up.
All right, so on to the main show here, Minderz. The first match, Adam Copeland, Darby Allin, and Sting with Ric Flair in their corner against Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne.
So glad they're giving the young guys a chance.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I'm just glad that Sting didn't get the pin in this match like
Yeah.
he usually does. It was Copeland pinning Luchasaurus there. I had to stop myself. That sounds like they're kind of stepping on the gas with Edge Copeland and Christian going forward.
It's fine.
Uh,
Everybody knows who it is.
yeah.
It's fine. And it's
What
still
do you
rated R, so whatever.
Oh yeah. What did you think of the rechristening on Wednesday? Christian with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne.
I love Christian right now. I think he's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. So
What do you think of the new names? Kill Switch is Luchasaurus now. I was hoping they were just going to unmask him. To be honest with you.
Right? Because I
I
feel
thought
like
that's where they were going.
I felt like there was a kill switch. AJ,
AJ?
correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like we've seen a wrestler named Kill Switch before that
Maybe.
might actually be in
yeah.
AEW right now, but I could be wrong.
And then I was tickled when it was revealed that Nick Wayne is now the prodigy Nick Wayne for personal reasons. I thought it was funny.
I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were.
Beard cutting bastard. I'm sorry.
I'm
What?
sorry. I had to see what. That's true. I like AJ's comment. You need to put it
Yeah,
up.
let me see. I was supposed to say it's great that television today is putting such a positive father figure like Christian Cage on TV. Such a positive role model for young men. Swerve was Kill Shot, not Kill Switch.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Also, AJ, I just caught this talking about Rhea. Rhea's a dominatrix. She can have multiple boys simping for her.
That's true.
All right.
That's true.
And also, Dwayne said Nick Wayne's mom is hot.
Okay.
She can't act her way out of a paper bag,
Back to Full Gear. Let's get back on.
Hey,
get on
the
track.
comments throw me off.
I know.
All right, so after the six-man tag match, Shivani's on the ramp with Bryce Remsburg, calls out Bullet Club Gold. He called out representatives of Bullet Club Gold, namely the Guns, but instead Jay White came out. And Tony was tasked with informing the world that MJF was injured and not able to defend the title, so the match was off, and then Jay White was to be awarded the championship. And then Hopalong Cole comes out and basically announces that Tony Khan, and I don't know, I know it's a work. I'm not an idiot, but if the guy is not medically cleared to defend his own championships, why is he offering to defend somebody else's?
Right.
So
yeah.
So the match was changed. It's going to be Jay White against Adam Cole on one leg for the title at the main event.
Maybe.
Which
we'll
the longer that sentence goes, the more ridiculous it sounds.
Right. All right. Next, let's get back.
Next up, AEW International Championship. Orange Cassidy with Hook in his corner against Jon Moxley with Wheeler Yuta in his corner. I didn't see it. I would imagine it's about the same. I think Pockets hit Mox with like 3 or 4 orange punches. Oh, I'm sorry, 6.
6.
According to the results, 6 orange punches, followed with his finish, and he pinned Mox. So
okay. Let's move on.
It's announced that Tony Khan made the match official for tonight's main event: Switchblade Jay White versus Adam Cole.
Okay.
That's good booking right there. Booker of the year, right?
Booker of the year.
As the show goes, I guess they were making announcements about the Continental Classic, which we'll get more into after we're done here. But Mark Briscoe announced as the next participant, so I think he was like the 4th guy announced. AEW Women's World Championship match: Hikaru Shida versus Timeless Toni Storm with Luther the Butler. I'm on record. Toni Storm is my favorite part of AEW right now.
Yeah, I'm liking what she's doing.
She is a delight.
Yes, it's a nice change of pace. It's actually a gimmick that I enjoy. Yeah, I like the gimmick.
I loved on Dynamite when she did the acceptance, like it was like the Oscars when she had accepted her title. But we got to talk about the finish of this match. Okay, so when we were driving home, AJ was giving us the skinny.
Play-by-play. Yep.
Yeah, and he said that she stuffed a ladle in her pants and hit Shida with a hip attack. Turns out it was Luther's round tray. It wasn't a ladle, but
I know.
Ridiculous.
I was so excited when I thought it was a ladle.
I know.
I was so excited. I was like, somebody's using my spoon gimmick.
And apparently the thing was about to come out of her pants.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, but I mean, she's the new champ. I don't hate it.
I don't either. I'm okay with it. I'm glad they got off Sheeta. So
Yeah,
I-
Sheeta, I think was how was Sheeta transitional? She was transitional from Soraya to Tony. Wait, no,
Which
from
they-
Tony to Tony.
was it
I'm so
Tony to
confused.
Tony?
I'm
I
so
am too.
confused. All right. Renee Paquette backstage with Eddie Kingston. And Kingston announced he's putting both the Strong Openweight Championship and the Ring of Honor World title up on the line in the Continental Classic. So,
Okay.
it's two. And also, for those that don't know, there's a new belt coming, the Continental Championship. So, Tony's making up his own version of the old All Japan Triple Crown, but with 3 less prestigious championships.
So how many belts we have in AEW now that we have to keep track of?
More than I can count.
Okay, just
After
checking.
we're done here, we might have to make a count. Or we count like between Ring of Honor and AEW. I won't count the New Japan belts, but
Well, let's
all
see.
right.
There's the heavyweight, the intercontinental, or the inter
Now
whatever.
hang on, wait till we get through the card because
Okay.
I'll lose my place.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, real quick. We got a visitor. Hi, Bari.
Hi, Bari.
You're joining us mid review of Full Gear.
All right, well, hey, let's get it.
All right, so we just finished talking about Tony Storm stuffing the plate in her pants. So
You know what? That would have been a great spot had the not plate slipped down her ass and was exposed for half finish.
all right, so
Storm is the new AEW Women's Champion, and I think she's going to do big things with it.
I think so. Like I said, I love the character, and
Yeah.
with no Thunder Rosa, no Britt Baker anytime soon, he's the perfect person to put it on.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the World Tag Team Championship ladder match, because who doesn't love a good ladder match, especially when Tony has one every other week. All right. Big Bill and Ricky Starks defending against FTR, La Facción Ingobernable with Drolistico and Roosh, and the Kings of the Black Throne, Brody King and Malachi Black. There's 2 teams in this that I really like, and then there's
Okay.
2 teams I could take or leave just because they're, well, Big Bill and Starks. It works in theory, but they were thrown together. You know, I have my opinions about throwing together tag team champions. And Drolistico and Roosh, it's, you know, they're brothers, so it makes sense that they're a team. But I haven't seen enough of them.
Does anybody care about them though? Is the question.
I'll tell you, after Roosh's match with Jay White Wednesday, I got more invested in him.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. I definitely want to see what Roosh has to offer, and he's in this tournament, so he'll get a chance to show us some things. I assume.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, but no, FTR, of course, you know, best tag team in the company, hands down. And I really like Malachi and Brody as a tag team. They've been teaming up since before they were in AEW, so I mean, they've got the chemistry and everything.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, Spot Fest from
Of course. What else is it going to be?
Yeah. Let's see. Too much gaga to talk about, but Starks and Big Bill retain. So
Brody King tried to kill somebody.
Yeah, I will say this. When one attempts a ladder spot and the ladder doesn't break, why do we need to try to do it again?
Yeah, don't.
If it didn't break the first time, I need you to just roll off and continue with the match. Let's not try to do it again, because that's how people get hurt.
Well, sometimes the "if at first you don't succeed" axiom is not a good motto to have.
No, not at all.
At first, you didn't succeed to break his neck. Don't.
Yeah. Not when it's involving spine hitting the ladder. That is no.
Ages of the Roosh family brothers, 2 of them were in a random ass ladder match. One of them had a feature match at Survivor Series. Who's the smart sibling? It's true.
Right,
For those who don't know, Dragon Lee is Roosh's brother. So,
Yep.
hey, get out of. She had her head in the tree.
She's got to chase the cat away from the tree. Oh, that's great.
That's an ongoing issue in this house at Christmas time. She always wants to try to get into the tree. All right, moving on. TBS Championship match, Chris Statlander defending against Julia Hart and Sky Blue.
This shocked me. I was surprised.
It
by
did.
This.
Hey, I said, and I think Bari, you've agreed with me. Julia Hart is probably the most improved wrestler in the entire company at this point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And she's 22 years old.
Yeah, she's but a pup in the business, as they say.
That's it.
But
That pup's got big paws. Once she figure out what to do with them big paws, she's gonna be
Something.
it's gonna be right. Yeah.
beautiful moonsault that she does.
Yes.
But yeah, Julia got the win. What the hell is that? Oh, that's Statlander. I'm reading this to myself also. Basically, Statlander hit her finish on Sky Blue, but then Julia knocked her out of the ring and stole the pin. Beautifully done heel work, if you ask me.
Yeah, one of my favorite finishes.
Yes.
Yeah, except for who her helper is. I'm fine with it.
Well, we all can't be as lucky now, can't we, Minder?
I know.
Who's her helper?
Julia Hart's? Blue Sky?
That wasn't her helper. She pinned her.
Yeah.
Mindy seems to think that Julia and Blue Sky are in cahoots, if you will.
It's very possible. So apparently, I missed this in the results. Apparently, when Sky Blue came out for her entrance, she took her cap off, stomped on it, and put on a crown for some reason. I'm not sure why. She thinks she's Jerry Lawler now.
Can we just move on?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
All right, we got one more piece of business before business really picks up here.
Okay.
All right, Tony Schiavone comes in the ring to announce the big contract signing for AEW, and it is none other than Will Ospreay, which was one of the rumors. He was rumored. There was a lot of talk. It was going to be Mercedes Moné. Could have been Ronda Rousey, but they wound up going with Ospreay, with the caveat that he's still going to finish up with New Japan before he joins the roster full time.
Can we post AJ's on there? Because if that happens, I will so pop.
Okay, he says, "Hey, Florida Tony, if you're listening, license the theme song for AHS to use for Julia Hart and tell her to go out in the woods and film some creepy Coven vibes shit." AHS, I'm assuming, is American Horror Story?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I've never seen the show, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's not really my jam, but that's all right.
Got it. Understand.
All right. So anyway, thoughts on Will Ospreay being the big signee for AEW?
I already thought he was in AEW, so okay, whatever.
Well, he was, but he wasn't under contract. This is kind of a half-assed contract signing, as good as it is, because Ospreay's damn good and he's a great pickup.
He's damn good. He's damn good. He's top 5 in the world.
But if you're going to announce a big contract signee, you would think it's going to be somebody that they haven't seen before. Is my issue.
No, yeah. Tony dropped that announcement like that so he could get eyes on his pay-per-view. And yeah, it may have got another 150 to
the old bait and switch by Napoleon
yeah.
Tony Part.
Yeah, and it may right. And
Bari, did you see
this? Son of a bitch.
Who, me or Tony?
Tony. Like I said, right, like I told y'all this past weekend, this right, what's going on now is his Waterloo. So that right there was very fitting.
Yeah.
If I had the rights to the song by ABBA, I would play it, but I can't afford it. So
right now
we're not catchy tune though.
Yeah,
we're some ABBA.
We're not going broke for Tony Khan, so
no.
Not happening.
No. Although if he bought the rights to that song himself and made that his entrance, I would pop.
So would I.
Hey, Bari, did you hear the announcement when Minderz was talking about the potential suitors for WWE for Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, so like, what's going on? Like, Time Warner are they really interested in WWE? Like, so if
number one that's most interested is Warner Brothers Discovery looking at placing the show on TBS or TNT.
Exactly. So like
Black Saturday 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. If that deal goes through, I'm not saying Tony couldn't find another major cable station to be a part of, but yeah.
He may have a nervous breakdown if that happens. And I'm not wishing ill on anybody, but he may finally snap.
Exactly.
We'll see if money can get him out of this one. We'll see if his money can get him out of this one.
Yeah.
That's his problem right there, right? He's been a rich kid given everything, so
Yep.
never had a real legit problem in his life, and now you're running into grown man problems, and you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So,
Not to mention
yeah.
all the soccer fans in Europe were pissed at the ticket prices for his team too, apparently. So, but I don't care enough about soccer to really have an opinion on that. So,
Exactly. And it's
AJ
football
says this.
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, this means we'll never get Ospreay versus AJ, which is true. I would
Well-
have loved to see it. Because AJ, from what I understand, is planning to retire after this deal is up with WWE.
I think it's time. Let him go out on his own.
He's going out on his terms. He made his
Yep.
money, made his name.
Yep.
Anyway, so I brought that up just to give us a little bit of a buffer before we talk about the next match here, guys.
The match that I couldn't stand.
The Texas Death Match. With the over-exaggerated finger quotes, because for fuck's sake, this was not a Texas Death Match.
Was not.
Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland in a very good last man standing match with
And
some ridiculous high
bloody
spots.
ass, gruesome ass, last man standing match. Right. We
call
had,
it the Abdullah the Butcher Hepatitis Classic.
exactly.
And maybe that's why Warner Brothers is looking at WWE now.
I hadn't thought about it. Very possible.
That just hit me, actually.
I wonder how many of these spots were suggested by a certain plumber that we know and love.
Yeah.
You guys should both bleed.
You want to
Drink his blood.
chair?
Drink his blood. It'll be
Drink his blood.
fine.
Nope.
It's healthy. It's organic. No, Moxley, it's not organic. So basically, starts off, Page hits his finish at the very beginning of the match, and then taped Swerve's wrist to the rope together and started stapling Swerve with a staple gun. Because why not?
His kids' drawings, wasn't it? It was like his kids' drawings or something.
No, that was what Swerve did to Hangman later on, I believe.
No,
He was just stapling him with staples. He wasn't stapling anything to him.
Hangman pulled a drawing that his son had created.
Oh, did he?
Stapled it to Swerve's forehead. His son's not even a fucking year old. How can he draw a picture? But let's not even get into that situation.
Right. Yeah, there's so many holes in this whole storyline. This is the Swiss cheese angle, I call it.
Yeah.
So basically, then Page, of course, headshot with a steel chair, because why not?
Because of course.
Yep, Page gets the barbed wire steel chair, the Moxley 3000. Nana cut the Swerve free of the tape like any good manager would do. And I'm a fan of Prince Nana. I love Nana.
Oh, yeah.
Going way back.
Especially if he's dancing. That's the best
Yes.
part.
Then Swerve staples Page, sent him into the barbed wire chair. The stupid, they brought back the cinder block that was fake looking when they did it to Keith Lee, and doing spots on it. I don't think Tony's ever felt a cinder block because he would know that doing a pile driver on it was not going to break the cinder block into powder.
Right.
Well, Tony hasn't felt a lot of things, but we won't get into that.
Very, very, very true. Very true. Of course, the fans think it's awesome because they're lemmings and everything. Let's see. I'm just going to run through some of the high spots, finger quotes. Swerve does a pile driver on top of the guardrail. Okay. Page planted Swerve follow slam. Another follow away slam. Page wrapped barbed wire around Swerve's head. Then trapped Swerve's arm against his body with the barbed wire. They hit another follow away slam.
For doing that? Didn't somebody get in trouble for wrapping barbed wire around somebody's head around Easter?
I think, was that Raven and the Sandman?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day. Page moonsaults off the post and lands on Swerve with the barbed wire wrapped steel chair.
Stupid.
Okay, so in this result thing I'm reading, there's also some quotes from commentary. Nigel summed it up succinctly. This is hard to watch, he says.
Well, and then you wonder at what way he meant that. But,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, Swerve hits a tombstone onto the barbed wire steel chair on Page. Okay, now he's chilling again. Nigel says, this goes beyond pro wrestling. This is evolutionary. It's de-evolutionary.
No.
It's
de-evolutionary. They're like
back.
all the evolutionists, all the people that believe in evolution, this is where things devolve more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
kinda-
see. Swerve.
Kind of go
Swerve
back to
powerbomb. Swerve powerbomb Page onto the barbed wire chair. Swerve grabbed a black bag from beneath the ring, spilled the bag onto Page's back. It was full of broken glass. I wonder if it was real glass. Cry me a river. Am I right?
Right? I bet you it's clear glass, but okay.
Swerve hits a 450 onto Page, covered in glass, so Swerve basically jumped into glass. The plywood wrapped in barbed wire between two chairs.
Moxley 5000.
Page bites Swerve. Because, again, why not?
Yeah.
Page
Drank
with, I
some
believe, the
blood
fifth.
early, like within the 5 minutes. Yeah.
I think this is the Page hit a fifth follow-away slam, if my count is right. Then hit his finish on the barbed wire. Let's see. Page put the barbed wire in Swerve's head, hit him with a lariat. Brian Cage interferes. Because, okay, get the guy paid.
Why?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was pointless.
Yeah, he just came in to feed, and then he took a spot through the table. No, Nana went through the table with the dead eye. Then Swerve shattered the cinder block on Page, which, if that was a real cinder block, would have killed him. But since the cinder block can't actually shatter on a human anatomy, phony. Then Swerve wrapped the chain around Page's throat and hung him on the ring post, and that's where we got. Well, then they. Now I need to see. Did the referee count to 10 while he was hanging?
I have no idea.
Because that's wrong. I should have waited till he went to the ground. But anyway, so Swerve got the win. The right guy won, if you ask me.
Yes.
Definitely.
Technically, the babyface should have won the blow off, but Swerve was way better.
I was gonna say it's Page. Why? No.
I kind of glossed over the blood drinking because it's gross.
Yeah. It's gross.
It's stupid. It makes no sense. Unclean. There's so many adjectives for that.
See, AJ's got the right idea. I like AJ's comment.
Now, hang on. I'm taking umbrage to something real quick. Dwayne says, Nana can't dance. Bullshit. That man is a modern Barishnikov.
Right.
One of my favorite moments.
Right. Nana and R-Truth they are national treasures. And Dwayne, I will have no bad talk of Nana on this show.
Yeah, AJ says, I'm sorry, but if a man broke into my home and threatened my child, he didn't threaten the child. He just threw a shirt at him. Drinking his blood would never cross my mind. I'd just shoot the guy.
Well,
I mean,
where's the fun in that?
Virginia.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, that's another discussion we had.
Yeah. AJ suggesting Lucha Underground content if you want to watch a hardcore style death match involving Swerve that wasn't completely fucking gross. I recommend Killshot Swerve versus Dante Fox, who is AR Fox. Hell of War match. Or Killshot versus Marty the Moth, Weapons of Mass Destruction. All right.
Both really good
so
matches.
you have your homework, everyone.
Yeah, especially you, Reb.
Yeah, I know. I need to catch up on my Lucha Underground.
You do, because we talk about it way too much for you not to be caught up with it.
Yes. So the good news is we don't have to talk anymore about the Texas Death Match.
Good.
Now we get to talk about the Golden Jets versus the Young Bucks.
Oh, that doesn't make it any better.
I do like the Golden Jets name because, Winnipeg. But, of course, this is if Jericho and Omega win, they get the Bucks tag team title shot. If the Bucks win, then Jericho and Omega have to break up their tag team. It's kind of either way, you win some, you lose some.
Right.
Exactly. Well,
I'm not going to get too far into this. It seems like it was pretty much a straight up tag match, but with a bunch of and
it was 35 minutes of blah.
Yeah. Basically, Jericho and Omega win. Bucks throw a hissy fit. Apparently, they're taking some time away from.
Like he's right. Like they're 6 years old and daddy didn't get them a shiny red wagon for their birthday. Kiss my ass.
So the Bucks, I guess, are taking time away from AEW. They've stopped being the Elite. I guess that's done. But unfortunately, now I was cruising YouTube earlier. Apparently, now there's being the Dark Order. The Dark Order has taken over being the Elite.
Oh no.
Deep breath, Bari. God. Deep breath. All right.
Scoff, Bari. Scoff.
Pshaw.
Takasha.
Rain, sleet, or snow, day or night, good or bad, Jericho was going to get his pay-per-view payday regardless.
You
Yeah.
damn right he is.
Hey, Dwayne used to watch Lucha Underground. That's something you guys can chat about, AJ.
Yep.
All right. So we are to our main event. Moving on.
Oh, Mindy,
so,
I
like-
love
I know.
So we got Adam Cole as the proxy champion for MJF defending against Jay White. But, of course, Cole can't walk. He's looks like a hobo.
He
And
looks
then-
like me.
A little, but you move around better than Cole does.
It's
So you replace one injured motherfucker with another injured motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah. If MJF is smart, he would say, hey, Joe, do this for me. You'll get a title shot.
true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So anyway, before the bell, what a shock. MJF drives the ambulance into the back of the arena and then hobbled his way to the ring.
Well, he couldn't open the door at first. It took him a while to get the door open.
Oh, Max. Oh, Max. So then, as I understand it, it was a pretty good match, Max and Jay. The guns
I
get
expected it to
caught
be a good
and
match.
get ejected. Yeah.
I expected
I mean,
it to be a good match.
I know, Bari, I know your take on Jay White. I like Jay White. So I was hoping for a good match out of these two.
If Jay
glad-
White doesn't talk, I think Bari would like Jay White.
Well,
But when he speaks, that's when
Yeah.
when Bari's
Guess
like,
what?
"No."
we're way past that. So
So
It's almost like me in pockets. I mean, that's all there is
Yeah.
to it.
So Jay White pretty much controlled the match from the sounds of it. We need to talk about the table spot on the floor.
Why?
MJF tries to put Jay White on the table, and apparently it was made from the same cardboard that office in the back was made of a couple weeks ago when they threw Bones through the window. Because
Well, no, I liked my I think it came from wherever you weren't there, Reb, you missed it. But Bari, it was made by the same people that made the table that Marvin and Kyle Pfeiffer had
Oh,
their marathon
Marvin.
match.
Jesus.
that hard-hitting tables match from
That
01
hard-hitting
USA.
7-second table match.
Or the one Cody Rhodes had with Big Show at WrestleMania.
There you go.
No, not
Extreme.
WrestleMania, like the week after, but
Extreme Rules.
basically, yeah. Show just stumbles off the apron, steps through the table, and loses.
Well,
Which, Vince was pissed about that one. But anyway.
AJ just said Bari's giddy because he knows this is the last time he'll have to sit through a pay-per-view to get to Jay White.
So, long story short, MJF buckled down, hit the punch with the ring, and pinned Jay, retained his championship. And that is all we got from Full Gear as a show. Of course, we got
So
the
wait,
media
no.
scrum.
this is my question before you get into the media scrum. This is my question I have right here. Why has it been every time that MJF has defended his championship, he's fucking hurt? Like, are we gonna do this angle every time? Every time we're gonna do this angle? Like, you're hurt every time? Like, it's
And
been
in
every
this
time. It's
case,
been every time.
Yeah.
He's been hurt. Something has been hurt.
Yes.
AEW is the friggin' walking wounded at this point. Everybody's hurt in some form or fashion.
Exactly.
Danielson's got a broken orbital, right?
Yeah.
Oh, AJ caught a Facebook violation for his comment about Paige and Swerve.
Well,
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Uh-oh.
you can't go around shooting people, AJ.
You're right.
No, that's you gotta be judicious, follow the law, all that kind of business.
Yep.
I'm trying to toe the bit that I'm not going to kick it off. Showing like kicked off Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good business to do that. But anyway, Minderz, you usually watch the media scrums. Did you watch this one?
I didn't. I didn't.
So
Legit,
apparently
here's the
MJF,
deal. I didn't care enough. I didn't care
Okay.
enough.
because apparently MJF was crying while eating pickles
Crying while
during his
eating
interview.
pickle. And you're the world champion. What are we doing here, people?
Can we please?
I
Can
mean,
we
really,
please get to 2024 for the bidding war, please?
please.
Sounds like he's already re-signed.
Did he? Oh,
All the
great.
rumors I'm hearing is he signed a deal through 2027. But anyway, I don't know. That's not official. I don't know.
Okay.
But then, of course, at some point, Tony goes on a 10-minute long filibuster about the Continental Classic and all the details on that.
That nobody asked him. Nobody asked him.
No, he just started talking.
He just
That's what
started
he does.
Oh, those
It's
pickles didn't taste bad. Those were good pickles.
Those are kosher pickles, Dwayne.
Those are.
Oh
kosher
yeah, and they're delicious. I love a kosher pickle.
I just love a pickle in general. Dill pickle mainly.
Yeah, same here.
Not
Same
familiar.
here.
I'm not familiar with the gherkins as far as taste. Not a
It's
fan of
sweet.
sweet pickles though.
It's
Right
sweet.
now, you're right. Yeah, I'm about to say a gherkin is more of a sweet pickle.
Anyway,
Yeah,
can we get back
how
to
do-
wrestling? How do we
All
get
right,
off
enough pickle
pickles?
talk.
Enough pickle
Yeah.
talk.
We'll do that
MJF.
later.
We'll do that. I have to see if we have pickles later. No more pickles.
Focus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
move
so
on because we're not even
let's-
through AEW and we're an hour into the show already.
Okay, so let's see here. Well, we talked about Dynamite last Wednesday. I was stunned because I actually enjoyed Dynamite last Wednesday. Like
I haven't
across the
watched it
board,
yet.
there was a couple of things that bothered me here and there. The tournament matches were good. They had 3
The
tournament
tournament
matches.
were great. They were great.
Lethal and Swerve, White and Roosh, Moxley and Mark Briscoe, all of them were solid. Even the Moxley match.
Yeah.
I popped hard for Tony accepting her championship like it was an Oscar. It's just good stuff. I was glad Adam Cole finally told Roderick Strong to fuck off.
The fuck off, exactly. Adam!
Shut
I'd have
up.
been slapped him. I'd have been a slap him in the
Although
Which
Roddy
one you
just
calling
about
for?
needed that neck brace for real, by the way, after that friggin'
God,
Action and Ready match on Rampage.
him and Ashley Grady, and you know what? I actually watched that what was that? Rampage? It was on
Rampage.
Rampage.
Yeah,
I watched it
too.
this morning, and I was actually going to get ready to send you guys that clip of when it happens. I was like, damn, look at this.
And Taven with his giraffe. It's just a shit show. I like all
Yeah,
those
and-
guys. But
Yeah,
the way
and
they use is criminal.
And the wiener kick, what are we doing here again?
Yeah, right the
Tony.
ding ding, as they say.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
It's
move
my
on.
purse. I don't know you.
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, Red will have to get
There's
AJ
a-
to do that for you sometime.
There's a
What?
tear in my beer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know you.
All right. What other AEW business do you have to discuss, Minderz? Because I'm
None.
forgetting.
I'm done. I'm done with AEW right now.
Should we move on to Survivor Series?
Can we please?
Why don't we? It was a good show.
It was a good show,
It had one match for every hour that Full Gear went.
right?
And for the record, I listened to Cornette reviewing like the card. I don't agree with Cornette's take on the women's War Games match. I think he's going a little harsh. You know,
But he has points.
he has points, but I don't.
I don't
mean,
agree with him, but he has points.
He has opinions. Believe it or not, Jim Cornette is an opinionated fellow.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
He can't
Newsflash.
be everything.
But okay. So the funnier part about SummerSlam, good lord, Survivor Series was So I watched it last night before Raw.
Uh-huh.
And I had it on TV, and Mom was we were getting my foot situated and all that. And Mom goes, "Well, I'm really glad those girls are going to catch her when she jumps off of that." Mind you, my mom is not a wrestling fan whatsoever. So the fact that she that she even points out how dumb some of the stuff they do is cracks me up all the time. It makes me laugh.
So my first question about War Games was the women's War Games match when I think it was Io brought in all the kendo sticks, either her or Kyrie, I forget which one it was.
It was one of
And
them.
they were black kendo sticks with purple handles. I wonder if she grabbed the Judgment Day's kendo sticks. because
maybe.
Probably.
because Judgment Day did a Kendo 6 spot in their match, and they had the regular ones. So I
Uh-huh.
wonder if EO Big League them was like, I'm out first. I'm kicking the cool ones.
But see, that's the problem. That's okay. I'm not even so much against the whole women's versus men's or whatever. Fine, whatever. I'm against having the same match on the same show.
At least they didn't go back to back.
Yeah,
They open with one. It's like how they do with the Rumble. They open with one, they close with one.
I know. But
Just
it's
devil's
still,
advocating here.
I know. I understand.
Or
But
the
it's
or
just
the chamber when they do the elimination chamber and it's a women's chamber.
Yeah.
They run one and then they do the other.
Yeah, anytime they do a pay-per-view based on the gimmick match, they sandwich them with
yeah,
Hell in
I
the
know.
Cells,
It's
another one.
just meh.
But okay, so that aside, what did you think of the women's War Games match, Minderz? And actually, you know what? I'm going to get the results for that one too, so I can.
Well, the good guys won in that one. Charlotte and Becky and those guys won. I don't know.
It is what it is.
It is.
To me-
It really is, because there's right now the women's division in WWE, apart from Rhea, Zoe, that's about all I really care about in the women's division right now.
Raw has the superior women's division on the
Oh,
main
yes.
roster,
Oh
definitely.
yes,
Uh,
but I don't know. I'm
Mhm.
frustrated with it because I think there's a lot they could be doing with people
Oh,
that they're
yeah.
not doing it with. Like,
well, look at what they're doing
Piper-
with NXT's women division.
exactly. So why can't we do that on the main show? Because if you think about it, what they did in NXT is what made the women's division what it is. I
It's
know
true.
there was you had back when, look at who the top people are right now. You've got Charlotte Flair, you got Becky,
Mhm.
you've got Bayley, you've got
Rhea.
Rhea. All these people came up
Bianca.
through NXT. Bianca.
She's still up there.
I know, but
Jane Cargill's going to break the trend, though, when she makes her debut.
well, I'm just saying, it was the NXT that built these characters. It was NXT that built them.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, come on. But
Yeah,
then it's like people
A-
like Piper. Look
Mhm.
what's she doing? She's stuck with Chelsea Green.
Now,
But she's one half
like
of the
Chelsea's character.
I'm annoyed with Chelsea's
But
character.
when the team splits up, it's going to be on because Piper's going to whoop some ass.
I hope. I hope.
AJ has a good point here. I feel like the women's War Games always has a lot more weapons and crazy spots, and the men's War Games has a storyline.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
And maybe and that could be why I didn't particularly care for the women's match.
No.
I'm not a spot fest match watcher. So
Maybe it should have been more deathmatchy, then you'd like it more.
no, I'd like it less.
It was different in the fact that the face team had the advantage going in.
Yeah, that was weird to me. I didn't think they would do that when of course, they made it a fan vote. So, I mean, fans are going to vote for the baby faces all the time.
But then
Sure
I
about that?
understand. I understand why they did it because Dakota Kai was getting involved. So I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
well, true,
Yeah.
true. So
Dwayne wants to see Piper team up with Nia.
I want
That
to see
doesn't
Nia
surprise
go
me.
away. Nia
Me
needs
too.
to go away.
Sorry,
I
Dwayne.
cannot stand her. Sorry, Dwayne. Her promos irritate me. Her work is shitty. I'm sure she's very nice out of the
Shut your
ring,
hole.
but I'm just
Maybe
not. I am
Shayna.
not a Nia Jax fan. I'm sorry.
All right,
Just-
move on. Let's go to
I'm
the
sorry.
next match because the
I
next
feel like I
match
crushed
was one of
Dwayne's soul with that one. I'm sorry, but
He's all right. The
all right.
next match
So
was
yeah,
my favorite of the night.
next match was the match of the night for me. Gunther and the Miz Intercontinental Championship. I love when Miz gets serious because then you forget that he can be a goofy bastard, which
Right?
I'm okay with usually because I like the Miz. I like his TV show, but he took a hell of a beating from Gunther.
He beat the
And,
piss out of him.
Yeah,
But again, like I said when we talked about this match, though, I said if there's anybody right now on the roster for someone for Gunther to go against right now, and you still can kind of take seriously. Miz is it.
Yeah.
He really is. I mean, but now we've got Randy back. We've got, now we've got other people back. So it's
there
like,
are
okay,
options out there.
yeah, now there's options. But for right now, for what was going on in everything right now, Miz was the best choice.
Yeah. I had originally thought that Gunther was going to drop the belt soon and then win the Rumble and get into a world title program. After what happened over the weekend, I don't think that's the case. I think he's going to hold the belt for another year.
We'll
It's
see.
very well
He is. But we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Gunther made Miz look really good. There were some hope spots where people thought that Miz was actually going to pull it off.
And you know what? It wouldn't have. I don't think it would have killed anybody if he would have.
Gunther is Teflon right now. No, he is
He
not
is.
hurt by a loss in any form, but they want to keep that undefeated streak going. I guess he hasn't lost a match in like 2 years since Ilya beat him for the UK title.
Oh wow.
No. Right before he came to the main roster, he lost to Braun.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Yeah, it was a title match. That's right. Oh, I think Cole might have been saying since he came to the main roster, he hadn't been pinned.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, that's true.
I gotcha. Yeah. All right. Let's move on here. Another match I really enjoyed was Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee. Just a good old fashioned lucha match,
I forgot about that match till you just mentioned it. And I don't think it's anything about the match itself. I just think it was a couple guys that.
Plus, it's where it was placed. It was between the Intercontinental title match and the Women's Championship match. So
it was a buffer.
It was. But Santos, I've always been high on Santos. I like Dragon Lee since he was in Japan. Escobar getting the clean win. I like the rumor that I'm hearing that Santos is going to get Los Lotharios to be his buddies going forward.
I've seen that. Yeah, no, that's Humberto and Angel.
Oh,
Angel
okay,
Garza, yeah.
Okay.
Hell.
Gotcha. Okay. And
And
then my other favorite match of the night, or one of my other favorite matches of the night.
yes, the Women's World Championship match, Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. Rhea looked nuts.
Rhea did look nuts, but I love the mohawk. That was so cool.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Rhea Ripley is this generation's Sherry Martel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the more she comes
And that
out
is not a bad thing.
and when she looks like she looked at Survivor Series, you can see it. It's great.
Really good match. I like Zoe Stark. I like her style, and she hung with Rhea very nicely, I think. But
And I didn't
not-
really feel like there was any part where they were like it was a big total mismatch, even though Rhea's a lot taller than Zoe.
no,
But Zoe's
'cause
strong. Holy crap, she's strong.
she's strong and she's a really good striker.
Yeah, she is.
But no surprise here that Rhea got the win.
I don't think Rhea's going to drop that till maybe
Maybe
WrestleMania.
Maybe
I-
never.
That's true.
I think SummerSlam at the earliest. To be honest with
You
you,
think SummerSlam?
I think she's going to hang on to it because who's going to beat her? At this
Exactly.
point?
Well, I hate to say it, but are they trying to build Nia up to beat her?
I think they're going to build up Nia for Rhea to beat her to really
Okay.
establish Rhea.
Okay.
Kind of like how
Yeah.
they did it with Bianca and Piper when Bianca gave Piper that KOD.
Yeah. I hope you're right, Reb. I hope you're
I
right.
hope I'm right too. All right. Now, notice how it took us an hour to get through Full Gear with all the matches.
And we've
We're
taken like
just
10
now-
minutes.
We're to the main event now from Survivor Series. So I liked the story going through the whole night that Randy wasn't there yet. I mean, obviously he was going to be there, but
Well, it makes
it's
me
just good
chuckle because
storytelling.
it's what, 4 hours? It's only a 4-hour drive. An hour flight if you want to fly.
Sure.
He's only in
And he
St.
showed up in
Louis.
his gear.
Yeah. But, it's just I was excited to see Randy back. I've been a huge Randy Orton fan, even when
Let's
he
talk
was a
about
heel.
Randy. Randy was jacked.
Oh
to
my
the
gosh.
gills.
He looks
He's
great.
been He's been in the gym shredding.
He looked like a Randy Orton action figure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and
In
they
the words-
even said, go ahead.
In the words of Jesse Ventura, he's been eating oatmeal and sardines for 6 weeks.
Tuna fish and water for Mr. T at WrestleMania 1.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
But
He did look awesome.
I would, and this is where we kind of talk about Punk too. That I was glad that Punk waited until that match was over didn't spoil Randy's return.
No, that was a Triple H 101 how they did the end with the little copyright graphic and then the music hit. But Priest is the one that took the pin in the War Games match. I feel like that's just feeding more and more into the idea that Priest is going to get kicked out of the group.
And so is Drew going to take over, you think?
I don't know. I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate it either.
I wouldn't hate it as third, but I think that the Drew being in the War Games with the Judgment Day was a one-off.
I like the idea better of Drew being just like a lone wolf kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And his performance on Monday was just magnificent.
So good.
Between the stuff in the ring and the backstage with Sammy, he was just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I dig the look, the kilt and the leather jacket, even though his kilt fell off in the ring, so he was just wearing his boxers.
Yeah, he was in there in booty shorts.
If he was I know he's a legit Scotsman, but don't most Scotsmen go commando under their kilts?
What does a Scotsman wear under his kilt? His shoes.
So if I wonder, I like that he had the forethought. Hey, this thing might fall off on television, so maybe I'll put on the boxer briefs for one night.
There you go.
God. Yeah, we don't need to see us twigging berries. That's for sure. No,
yeah,
thank
please,
you.
let's not.
That would have made for quite the wardrobe malfunction.
Oh my!
I don't think he could have stuffed a plate underneath his gear in that performance.
I do I'm starting to feel sorry for JD though. He's definitely becoming the lackey. He's becoming the lackey for the Judgment.
He started out as the lackey.
But
hey, I'll tell you what, he took that RKO off the cage like a champ, didn't he?
It was a hell of a spot.
That one, see, I do like occasional spots. They don't bother me at all.
How do you think Matt Riddle feels right now, knowing he would have been involved in this match if he hadn't got fired?
Well,
also, and I wonder if Randy saw how JD took that RKO on Saturday and decided, hey, you're going to take one every week now. Because
right?
Last night he took another one and just a regular RKO.
Two?
I think he took one, then he took the DDT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. He took one at the beginning.
Like a champ.
Yeah, DDT at the end.
When Orton finds somebody that can take an RKO well, he wants to give it to him all the time.
Yeah. Like the Steam Brothers.
It's going to work. Oh, that table spot. the first time when he misjudged how light they were on their head.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, those poor Sting brothers. Hey, I saw them in GCW not too long ago in a tag title match.
Really?
Yeah, no, they're still going strong.
Huh.
Yeah, the Bollywood boys. All right, so
I didn't have a whole lot to say about Judgment Day. I mean, they act like they always win at pay-per-views, and we all know they don't. So, or premium live events. So, I don't get what the big deal is that they lost, because I mean, I see where they're going with the whole storyline of kicking out Priest.
Yeah,
although
I think
I will say the way that Priest was wanting to cash in was kind of brilliant.
Yeah, it was.
That was brilliant.
So good. I like the idea that Priest was the guy they put in charge of the team, and he's the one that got beat.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of fell on his sword. It was his Waterloo moment.
There you go.
I got to redo my Napoleon picture with Priest's head on him. But
No.
I don't have that kind of time.
No.
And he was upset about it, and he was feeling some kind of way about it, and he addressed it on last night. And,
yeah, he did.
And everybody else was like, you know what? We're not worried about that. Whatever. We win some, we lose some, but we're not worried about that.
Yeah.
That's lip.
Dwayne
I think that's lip
this.
service, though. I do too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one was. Although Matt Seidel out of the Shooting Star Press is right up there.
That was good too.
All right, so we've put it off. Should we talk about the elephant in the room?
Sure.
what went down at the end of Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So I was both surprised and not surprised to hear that Punk came back. I mean,
I think I was
it's
more in shock as opposed surprised. Like
I
you
was
said,
surprised.
it was a
Go
cold
ahead.
day in hell, is what I'm saying.
I was surprised because I had convinced myself in my little wrestling brain that, oh, that's not ever going to happen.
Right.
CM Punk has made enough money. He's going to sit at home with his pretty wife and his crazy looking dog and live out the rest of
Larry.
Yeah.
And Larry.
Legit what I thought. Like, that's not ever going to happen. And when AJ had the fit that he had Saturday night, I said, oh, we're doing
Crap.
this.
We're
And
doing this, I guess.
When he came stumbling out of the house singing at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, that's why it's so damn cold outside, because hell has officially frozen
Froze
over.
over.
It's a chilly day in Hades, as they say.
But I will say, when you have grown men conducting grown men business, this is what happens.
And you've got a booker who's not a spineless jellyfish.
Quit.
Exactly.
See,
You
and
know,
that's
You wouldn't
my
see
big-
Triple H dressed like this.
No. Wait. No, we haven't. I was trying to
No,
think if
maybe-
we have or not.
He might have wore a cowboy hat, but he wouldn't have looked like that.
Yeah, he wouldn't look
No.
like that. He doesn't have enough hair.
He wouldn't have
but
looked like that.
That's true.
Or this.
look at me in the background saying, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Crap, he stole it.
Yeah, there he is.
But
You're
yeah.
so proud of yourself there.
Yeah, she is.
All
But,
right, so
like I said, I was glad the Punk waited until Randy got his flowers, I guess, that you would say.
Yeah. because
And they let
you
it.
know, if he would have showed up anytime like during the show, that anything else would have been secondary, and
Yeah.
they would have lost the crowd once Punk went back to the back.
Yep. So that went from build him up with Randy and then really get the pop. I think the pop was louder for that than it was at AEW, honestly, but
The pop for Punk escalated. Like it kept growing. Like when
Yeah.
the music hit, there was this massive pop, and then as he was coming through the tunnel, it just kept getting louder and louder and louder.
it did.
Which it didn't do that in the United Center when he came back in the AEW.
So
Of
we'll
course,
see.
more people at the arena than at United Center and AEW.
Exactly.
Maybe. I
Um,
think they seat more at the Allstate Arena than at the United Center, but I don't
It
know.
was
that
what,
for sure.
17,000?
Something like that.
So
You know, I told you guys when I watched that, and like I had seen clips of Punk coming out, but when I actually got a chance to watch it myself, like that fucking roof came off that building.
it did.
I said, "Holy shit!"
Oh yeah. I'll bet the building was shaking. To be honest with you,
Yeah, stadium pulse.
Yeah.
Dwayne, he said the same thing. Said the pop was bigger on Saturday than AEW. So, all right.
So then are
I
we
got
going
a
to talk
couple.
about Raw? Oh, no, go ahead.
Hang on, real quick. I got a couple things I want to mention based about Punk here. Dave Meltzer kind of surprised me.
Oh, jeez.
Uncle Dave.
What's
I
Uncle
say-
Dave got to say?
Oh, wrong one. Hang on.
What was this?
Here we go.
Ah.
He says, I'm going to read this verbatim. He says, quote, I think this hurts AEW considerably, just from a perception standpoint. The reason I say that is because of what happened with Cody Rhodes. Punk is not the spiritual beginner of AEW like Cody Rhodes was, but Punk was the biggest star AEW ever had. Truth. That's just the reality of it. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
As far as star power, he did move numbers more than anyone else. Now, here's where I have an issue. Did Max surpass him all in his last run? Yes, he did. I don't believe he did. I think that might be him trying to scrape up some sort of good favor with Tony on this quote.
Yeah.
I continue. But it's still, when Cody left, he was not the number one guy either, and he went to WWE and became pretty much the number two guy almost immediately, and probably really is the number two guy right now behind Roman Reigns. True, I agree with that. And he says, finishes saying, and Punk is going to be, when you switch sides, you get really, really big. I don't know what that sentence was, but, he's not wrong. So for the most part, Meltzer, I would have thought he would kind of side with Tony a little bit more.
Yeah,
That's
no.
my take, but
Oh, are we
But,
putting up the delusional guy one too? Is that the one
oh,
I
I
saw?
have to. Oh yeah, I was waiting to put this one up because we were
Ah,
having a chat about this earlier.
we were.
Yeah, like we said, there's some Kool-Aid drinkers in the AEW fan base, and this is one of the dooziest of the doozies, if you will.
Oh boy. You want me to read it since I found it? I'll read it.
Yeah, let me put it up on the thing here, and I'll let you read it.
That would be helpful.
Okay.
All right, CM Punk is a traitor. He is cold. He is so cold. It upsets me that after everything Tony Khan has done for CM Punk, he double crosses Tony Khan by running to WWE. There would be no CM Punk in 2023 if it wasn't for Tony Khan. I'm not happy about this. I take this personally and hate CM Punk for what he did to Tony Khan.
Translation? Meh.
First of
So
all,
first, all right, we're gonna break this down here. So first off, number one, I found out what the guy's name is. I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction of knowing
yeah,
his
let's
name.
not.
So CM Punk is a traitor, double crossed Tony Khan. Tony Khan fired him.
Exactly.
Well, what gets me is it upsets me after everything Tony Khan has done for CM Punk. What the hell did he do for Punk? Punk did everything for Tony.
Yeah,
Exactly.
CM Punk made his company relevant. And also, by the way, if there was no Tony Khan, Punk would have gotten just as big of a pop on Saturday
Exactly.
when he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Dumb.
Ugh. Marks are gonna mark. I hate calling people marks because it gives me a bad name. But
Right? You're a smark though. We've renamed
well,
you.
no, I'm
You're
just
a
talking
smark.
about the fact it's my name. That's why do you think people call me Reb all the time? Because I don't want to be classified with these friggin' morons.
That's our rebelman.
Tony Khan fired Punk because he was afraid for his life, which I guarantee you will never hear Triple H say he was afraid for his life in a backstage confrontation.
Exactly. Triple H
Number one, he's got Road Dogg with him, and Road Dogg's a Marine.
Yeah.
But
for
fuck's sake, people. I mean,
come on.
And this isn't for all AEW fans. I've got friends that are AEW fans that aren't quite to this level. But for fuck's sake, it's not like Tony Khan is the love child of Santa Claus and Jesus Christ, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, well, they think so.
Or Jesus Sabes, however you
Or
want.
Jesus Sabes, Carpenter Extraordinaire.
Carpenter Extraordinaire. And we'll leave it at that. Anything else that AJ says about Jesus?
Right. All right. Should we get into Raw? Can we get into Raw now?
All right. I think we've set our base. I want to say one more thing about Tony real quick. I'll make it quick. Everybody says Tony Khan is Booker of the Year every year because apparently he's the be-all, end-all. Number one, Dave Meltzer got asked that, and he said Triple H was Booker of the Year this year. That's something to be noted. Number two, Tony Khan is not a booker. No matter what he tries to do, there is a difference between a booker and a matchmaker.
Yes.
Tony Khan is a matchmaker. He's basically playing universe mode with all of his downloadable characters in AEW.
Tony Khan is a grown-ass kid with a bucket full of wrestlers that he pulls out and takes to his ring and plays matchmaker. That's what he does.
I'll tell you what, Tony's playing universe mode, but AJ does it better.
Yes,
Yeah.
AJ does it a lot better. A lot.
How about
better.
that one? How about that one?
I mean, shit, I'm what, a year older than Tony Khan. If I had oodles of dollars, I could do what he does. At the risk of sounding like an idiot, but come on. I mean, Tony.
Oh God, we be brilliant.
Oh, and I don't know if somebody listens to this, I'm going to get roasted for that comment
Yep,
too.
you are. And I know who you're talking about. Dwayne needs to understand the difference between a matchmaker and a booker.
A booker tells stories.
Yes.
He makes everything make sense. Tony just puts people in matches.
Yeah.
Now sometimes they're good matches.
No angle.
There's no rhyme or reason to it. I think that's why he's benefiting from doing a tournament.
Yeah.
Because
the tournament
all he has
lets
to
you
do is
build a
put
story.
matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know this. If you go back to like one of the first handful of episodes of this show, we used to do kind of a discussion every on a different subject every week, and I actually put it out there: would a tournament, like a round robin tournament, work in the United States? Because I figured it was a matter of time before Tony was going to do it, and 2 years later, there he is. But So I'm just saying, I'm not. I know we make things happen on the shootout Minderz. Apparently, I make things happen on here too. So hey, I made Marvin world champion. So
Yep, you did.
hey, scoff at Marvin.
I didn't scoff. I
You
didn't scoff.
grumbled. You
I
grumbled.
grumbled. I didn't scoff.
Don't grumble at
There's a
Marvin. Grumble,
difference.
grumble at Kyle. Don't grumble at Marvin.
All right.
All right, Minderz. Let's talk about Raw.
Raw.
Opens up with Randy in a sweatsuit.
Yes.
Well, sweatshirt and sweatpants and t-shirt.
Yes.
I get in trouble if I wear that stuff out in public, but apparently Randy can get away with it.
Randy can get away with it. Trust me.
Easy.
But yeah.
Hey, I had to keep the cat out of the tree during the show.
She missed it. It was great.
She had her head in it.
But
she's between my chair and the fence. Anyway,
so
I
Rhea and Randy last night.
I
that
enjoyed it.
promo was great. Oh, it was so good.
I loved the
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home. Now, but that one kind of cut my soul a little bit because I love Randy, but he's still not Daddy, but that's okay. I'm all right with it. But yeah, the Daddy's home. I popped
Dwayne
for
says
that.
hi.
And let's see. Yeah. That was fun. And then Dom and JD trying to attack Randy from behind.
It set up great for the main event. It set up real great for the main event.
It did.
Yeah, this is an ongoing trope through the whole show, like with everything they were doing there.
And then don't forget that Randy said that he's coming after every member of the bloodline.
Yes. I like it. I'm okay with it.
Yep, and I like how they tied up the loose ends with Jay also.
Yeah.
Well, theoretically, I mean, Randy could change his scales at any time,
Well, he is a Viper.
Yes. And then we had Tag Team Turmoil, which I thought
I thoroughly enjoyed Tag Team Turmoil.
See, I usually don't like those. I did like this one. I think the right team went over in this case. I think the Creed brothers.
I like all teams. Yeah, I really enjoy the Creed brothers.
What did you think of Otis and Tozawa teaming up?
You know what? You almost forget how good Tozawa is.
I always say that. He's always doing the funny shit backstage. You watch him he had a match with Noam Dar on NXT a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Fantastic
match.
Dwayne says the wrong team won. Dwayne, who's the right team?
Yeah, who is the right team? Now I'm concerned.
Viper.
There's one other team that I would have been okay with if it would have happened.
I know who it was.
Yes.
Is it your
and they
beloved
beat
DIY?
Oh, you're so wrong, Dwayne. Sorry. Wrong. I'm sorry.
I disagree, Dwayne, but I do love I love the New Day. But
I love New Day.
They're there to get people over.
Yes.
Yeah, that's their job now. Collect a big paycheck and get people over.
Plus, I don't know how Kofi.
I would have been okay with DIY winning.
Yeah, when they came out first, I thought they're not going to do it.
No way.
They came out first, and then it was Otis and Tozawa. I was like, okay, we got a chance. And then when they beat them, but then when the what's their name, Mahal's boys,
Indus Shear.
Yeah, them.
That's when I thought they were going to lose.
No, yeah. I didn't. I really
like
didn't
Indus
because
Shear.
remember Authors of Pain.
I do.
And
apparently they were, according to the dirt sheets, they were locked to be involved in Survivor Series.
Really?
Proof that the dirt sheets get things right all the time.
Right.
Anyway, Indus Shear, Minderz. Please continue.
Yeah, I love the fact that DIY beat them with a roll up. I thought that was
great.
Wrestling. I thought that was awesome. Huh?
Wrestling, as they say.
Yeah, when the Creed brothers came out though next, I was like, DIY's done. Yep. But yeah,
they're really strapping the rocket to the Creed brothers though. I mean,
they are.
They lost one match with fuckery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as main roster, they're undefeated on our main roster, according to commentary.
I think they got that wrong. I think they lost one to Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have to go back and check. But
I have to go back and look.
I like that it came down to Imperium and the Creeds.
And I almost wonder if Gunther's not going to go off on his own. I'm waiting to see which one's going to go off on their own because I feel like there's a lot of tension within Imperium right now too.
Right. Well, Marceau ain't leaving Gunther's side, so it'll be
Oh yeah, I know that.
Gio Vinci. Or wait, no, I mean Kaiser. Wilhelm Schmidt.
Kaiser bin Herren.
But yeah, I really enjoyed Tag Team Turmoil last night, so that was fun. And then of course you had R-Truth running around backstage, which was fantastic.
Yes.
Right there in the middle of a serious. Right there in a serious Judgment Day promo. He out of nowhere, here he comes, covered in powder, eating fucking jelly rolls, saying, "I'll be a member of your Survivor Series team," and they all just collectively sighed.
I've missed R-Truth more than some dead relatives.
Yeah, dang.
Being facetious, of course, but
he's what, 51, and still doing all this.
That,
yeah.
And
a national treasure
he has from everybody because Priest.
Yeah, nobody gets upset and they're just like, truth.
Yeah,
it's fucking truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Danhausen in AEW.
Yeah,
basically.
I'm gonna be y'all 5th member of y'all War Games team. Everybody look at him and truth.
Saturday,
that was last
dude.
night. That was
Saturday.
We've already.
All right.
Did we win? How'd I do? That was probably
I don't think they write for him. I'm willing to bet that he makes all his shit up on the fly.
I hope so.
That's why everybody's always laughing.
Yeah.
Can we talk about my favorite match last night?
Okay. Yes. What was your favorite match?
House fight.
House fight.
Bronson Reed and
Big Bronson
Ivar.
Reed and Ivar.
Big Bronson Reed and Ivar.
I think going 10 minutes plus might have been a bad call because they were getting a little blown up toward the end.
A little bit.
Just two big motherfuckers just beating the crap out of each other is always good television.
Yes. House fights.
And I want to see him do it again.
Yeah,
House fights do draw money. It says so on a t-shirt.
And they will do it. They will do it again.
Yeah, I mean, Ivar's got a long solo run for a while with Rowe taking getting his surgery and taking time away. So
that's what I hope he doesn't get lost in the mix. I really hope he doesn't, though. I'm nervous that he might.
They're really talking him up though when he comes out.
But
no, it was
a
fun match. Let's see. We had Seth Rollins' segment in the ring with Drew, which we talked about how good Drew was last night.
Mm-hmm.
I loved how Drew resigned himself to look past Jey Uso, move on, and then Seth says, "Oh, by the way, I'm defending my title against Jey Uso next week."
Yeah.
Headbutt.
And it was a good headbutt.
Yeah,
It was a shoot headbutt almost, looked like, because he got a nice little cut right there above his eye.
Yep.
Beat the pants off of Seth Rollins. Well, I was going to say he beat the pants off Seth Rollins, but he beat the pants off himself, technically, because his kilt fell off.
The kilt fell off, yeah. Yeah, that. And you know what? I don't hate the idea of Drew and Seth. I think they tell good stories. They tell such good stories.
I think that's your match at the Rumble.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, and then Cody. Nah.
Cody's in the Rumble, and then he's also got the obligatory Japanese mist after he announced it.
The red mist.
Every Japanese wrestler has to get the mist.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was the red mist.
It was the red mist, which is just under the black mist for lethality.
Yes.
I think I made up a word, but you know what I mean. But anyway, Cody in the Rumble, I think he's a lock to win it now. He's going to be in it. That's going to be his ticket to Roman.
Is it going to be that, or is Shinsuke gonna? I don't know. I don't want Cody to win back-to-back ones. That's my biggest thing.
I mean, who else is it going to be? Because somebody's got to challenge Roman, and there's nobody left on SmackDown to challenge Roman. Cody's been talking about finishing his story for a year. I don't see them changing plans just because somebody comes back.
We'll see.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thanks, Dwayne.
You remember that TV show when magicians would put a hood on and then they would show how the sauces made, how the tricks were done. That's
Mhm.
Dwayne with all the
That's
gimmicky
Dwayne.
stuff.
hmm
He takes away all of our fun.
Wrestling secrets with Dwayne. But but I know. I think I have another T-shirt idea.
I think you do too.
But anyway, I know some of us in our little group chat, AJ was saying that now that Punk's back, he's going to move right up to the top of the line, challenge Roman. I don't think that's the case. I said it in the chat. I think the business for Punk right now is Rollins. Dwayne asked in the chat earlier if the Rollins reaction on Saturday was a work or a shoot. I think both.
Yeah, I do
Both.
too.
I think both, but I think everybody there knows that there's business to be done there,
There is.
and so I think they're going to have McIntyre against Rollins at the Rumble. I don't know who they'll have with Roman. It's up open. Maybe LA Knight gets a rematch. You never know. So that keeps
Punk
LA out of the Rumble.
Punk wins the Rumble. Cody wins Elimination Chamber in Australia to get his shot at Roman.
Yeah, well, that could be interchangeable. Like go either way.
Or
Would
either
Punk
way,
winning
yeah.
the Rumble be? Would Punk winning the Rumble be too predictable though?
Yeah. But Cody also.
I would say both of them are.
Yeah, but the difference is Cody's been telling the story for the whole year.
But yeah, and he's been telling the story.
Dwayne suggested Randy versus Roman. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, it goes with the whole bloodline business that Randy
It
was talking
does.
about.
Well,
Not
that'll
a bad
happen
idea.
that day. That'll happen at day one, maybe, or the Rumble even.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
we
know
have
if Roman
day
will be
one
booked for
too.
day one. Will Roman be booked for day one?
Or maybe we can hope for the Rumble then.
Yeah, I think maybe Cody and Nakamura at day one. Maybe Rollins and maybe it could be Rollins and Drew.
I would say it could be Rollins and Drew.
We might get our cash in then. Maybe Priest will cash in, and then Rollins gets his belt back at the Rumble. Just throwing it out there.
Or then you got Drew versus Priest, which would be fun too.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, no.
There, you know what? Drew wins the belt at the Rumble. Then you have
Priest
your heel
cashes in
champion
on
going
him.
into Mania.
Yeah, no, yeah. It became long division, and now I'm confused.
My whiteboard is in the shop. So
Yeah,
I
we
don't
got your
have it.
whiteboard. Oh boy.
I just think
Well, I'm
Charlie
sure-
Day whenever I
well,
think of the whiteboard.
Let's see what happens.
We're This is all wild speculation.
Yeah.
But I do think that at WrestleMania it's going to be Cody and Roman and Punk and Rollins. That's going to be your two title matches.
Okay.
So I'm just going on record with that.
Okay.
Let's see. So I'm starting to think we're not going to get our guest this week.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
we'll
So what do you
get
say?
We'll get him on. We'll get him on.
We'll get him on.
eventually.
Hey, maybe we can do one of our special live interviews at a hybrid show.
There you go.
One of
Maybe
these
that
days.
would work out better for
We'll
us.
figure something out.
We'll
It's all
figure
good.
it out.
All right. So, well, since he's not here, let's talk about hybrid. We went to the hybrid show on Saturday. Great show. We enjoyed it
Yes.
thoroughly.
Yes.
You got to wear Bang Bang Bart's cowboy hat.
I did.
You got to see Matt Cross again.
I did. Son of Havoc. I was so
You
excited.
and AJ both got your signed lucha hoods.
Mhm.
And they split several beer buckets. But
What was the final tally, Bari?
I think it was 5.
The final 5.
I think it was 5.
With you and I having one apiece, Reb.
Hey, wait. We
Yeah.
also gave one to Kendall Fire, and we gave one to Dalton Davis. So
Okay, so
I had to
4.
chuckle when I heard AJ offer one to Matt Cross. I had to chuckle because
he's
just cross the straight edge. But he meant it was a nice offer. It was generous
Yeah,
of him
it
to
was.
offer. So
But-
Dwayne's asking, no Rock at WrestleMania. I don't think so. The strike's over, so he might be busy.
Yeah, the strike's over, so I don't think it'll happen.
I think that was all depending on if the actor's strike was going to be still going on.
Yeah.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
fair
We'll
question though. Yeah, never say never.
see. AJ.
Uh,
AJ's never given this up. He's never given it
No,
up.
he's not.
What are they talking about? Roman's 10,000 day reign as champion? God.
Yeah.
8 years.
He's not giving it up. He's not giving it up.
No, he's not giving it up.
No,
Right. When he starts,
he's never going
right.
to give it up.
Yeah, when he starts to talk about it, let him talk about it until he tires himself out.
It's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to hybrid here.
Yeah, let's do.
So Matt Cross was in the big main event. I don't know if I wouldn't call it a death match, but it was definitely a hardcore match in
It
the main
was.
event. Him,
Well,
Dale
when you
Patrick, and
We have
Eric
Dale
Dillinger.
Patricks and Dillinger. It's gonna
Who-
be.
I'm a fan
tough
of Dillinger. I'm a 440 fan, so I like seeing Dillinger there.
Yeah.
He did take my chair and fall in it.
That happens to the best of us
After I
sometimes.
got my shit moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were smart.
Yes. I didn't wear my T-shirt that said such, but I had to do that on Friday too, Bari, when Kenny Calix came hurtling at me like a projectile.
Yeah.
We had to get the hell out of the way. I left my wife in her seat.
Yeah, God, and right,
I felt bad.
and how can we forget that I ended up with an Anakin Murphy in my lap?
Uh-huh. I feel guilty because Cardi was going to put him in my lap, and I just kind of gave the arrow towards you. So.
Oh, we'll talk about
Oh.
that tomorrow night, though.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. All of this.
I'm hoping it's up on Patreon so I can see it before.
It should be.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, it should.
I don't see why it wouldn't be. We got to see. I know you were heartbroken having to see DeCobra take on Ace Perry last night.
Ugh.
Ace, friend of the show, former guest, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good match.
It was a
Yeah.
great match. It was so
Our
good.
King won. The Strike King won.
The King won.
As he should.
When the King got going, yeah, he got
He
going.
doesn't stop when he
happens.
gets rolling.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bang Bang. Clayton Clark against Aaron Atlas. Speaking of
Yeah.
Mount Olympus, Minderz.
Yes. As I'm sporting.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that Atlas took the loss there because he
I
just lost the
wasn't
world
either.
title not too long ago.
They're building it up. I think there's more business to be done there, honestly.
Do you think they're putting the unit back together in hybrid?
We shall
That's a
see. That was
question-
another
that's a
thing I
question
really
to ask
wanted.
for Austin.
I really wanted to ask Austin about because they just lost. Mount Olympus just lost their titles to Warren or Whiskey Warrens.
Whiskey and Warren.
Speaking of the devil,
Yeah.
Clayton Clark and Johnny Poke.
Yep. So, and then we had who did
Yeah.
Kendall fight?
Kendall, not Dalton Davis.
Nope.
Who did he fight? AJ Help.
AJ. Hey, we had a tag team match though, and I think I ticked off
We
one
did.
of the wrestlers in that show.
Well, he returned the favor by stealing your fudge.
He did. Little jerk.
Our buddy Tyler Scott,
Kendall
the fudge
fought
thief of
Stetson.
Danville.
Kendall fought
That's it, Stetson Winners.
Yeah.
Kendall fought Stetson Winners, my fellow Danvillian Stetson
The
Winners.
one that stole my fudge.
Well, he was given your fudge
He was.
unlawfully.
He was,
That
but that's okay,
Tyler Scott thinks he can get away with it because he's a cute kid,
right?
or so he thinks.
It was his birthday though, so
It was his birthday.
I'll let it slide.
And he was excited because he was going to go win that cruiserweight championship at whatever outlaw promotion that is in Indiana. So that's what happened with that right there. Congratulations, Tyler Scott, on your cruiserweight championship and your belt.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Send us pictures.
He's our buddy.
Hey, but
Tyler's our buddy.
I did get to see my new favorite.
Oh, Jake Silver.
I got to see Jay. Jay Silva.
Yeah. Hey, since we brought it up, Minderz, let's talk about your fudge.
Yes. What about my fudge?
Let's plug the fudge.
Let's.
Plug the fudge.
There it is.
Elam's
that's
famous
wonderful.
fudge.
Isn't that cute?
If we make a T-shirt on the back, I wanted to say, "I don't mean poop."
But no, yeah. Fudge.
Maybe not.
If you want to order some, get a hold of me on Facebook or whatever. Large pans are $6, small or $12. Small pans are $6. And ask the boys. Well, don't ask Reb. He doesn't know yet.
I haven't tried it
Bari?
yet, but it's in the fridge. And it's ready to be partaken of after dinner. My wife says it's very good.
Good. So I
And
do
I
what I
believe her.
can. I do what I can.
Well, you've been fudge crazy. You keep sending us pictures of like rows of fudge on your
Yep.
table there, which usually you use for making signs, but apparently it's also your fudge factory.
Yep.
Oh my.
It's just-
I got an audible "oh no" from my wife in the background after I said that.
yeah, we kind of all went, oh, geez.
Yeah, Elam's Fudge Factory is not going to be a T-shirt.
No,
No,
no, no, no, no.
We'll put that
Please
on the
no.
back and then the lemonade stand on the front.
Yeah, well, let's leave that on the
Hey,
cutting room floor, please.
yeah, if anybody does want fudge though, if there's a show coming up that I know of, I will more than likely be there, especially if any of our 01 listeners are listening. I will be at the 9th show. But yeah, let me know, get a hold of me. I will ship it. Oh, Reb, what does that look for?
I'm just thinking about the Fudge Factory comments
Okay.
and regretting it.
Okay. And regretting all of it? That's good.
I'm going to get a text from my brother after he listens to this episode.
You sure are.
Hershey Highway, if you will, huh?
No.
You're not helping, Bari. You're not helping.
You're not helping. All right. So let's move on now.
Let's move on. Well, you know what? We're at about an hour 45. Let's get into our usual business here
All right.
with our Hall of Fame.
Are
here.
you sticking around with us? Because Hall of
No,
Fame.
You're gonna like this.
If you
You're gonna
guys are
enjoy this one.
all right, I'm gonna stick around, but I'm gonna jump off of here because I'm hungry, and yeah, but I'm gonna definitely listen to it though, and I'll comment in.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yes.
So here we go. All right. So the JTR Hall of Fame.
Yes, Dwayne. There's a top 10 tonight. Hold your horses. Sorry.
Don't get ahead of me. Although Dwayne, I don't know if you heard, we're going starting next year weekly, and then we're going to be alternating week to week between the top 10 and the Hall of Fame. So there will not be a top 10 every episode.
Right.
Just an important programming note there. I took the liberty of picking this week's Hall of Fame inductee because Minderz couldn't think of one.
It wasn't that I couldn't think of one. I just couldn't remember whose turn it was to pick. My bad.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, next episode is your pick.
Okay.
All right. So we get to thinking. But in the category of guys who should have probably been in a long time ago.
Yep.
There you
There
go.
he is.
The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. If you listen to Boyd Pierce from Omaha, Nebraska, but I think he's actually from Texas. I'm trying to see if what are those hundreds or those
Yeah, they're
tens?
hundreds. No,
Okay.
they're hundreds. They're hundreds. Because he used to always give out the $100 bill if the kid could bounce the basketball 10 times.
When he would stuff the money in the jobber's mouth at the end of matches, I wonder if that was actually the guy's payday.
Maybe. Maybe.
All right, so
He was such a good heel. He really
He
was.
he was maybe the best heel of my youth coming up in oh, Bari, give Mississippi back their million.
That's true. That's true.
It's yeah, not wrong.
Not wrong.
So we're going to talk about his Mid-South run, but I'm not going to get into that first because that's not where I was first introduced to Mr. DiBiase. Look at that guy. The vignettes from
They're
1987.
so good.
Have you seen the vignettes, Minderz?
Oh, yeah. Come on now. Who hasn't seen the vignettes?
That's true. I think my favorite was when he paid the guy at the public pool to kick all the kids out so he could go
Yep.
swimming.
Yep.
I think there was one where he paid the hotel to take the honeymoon suite and kick the couple out of it that were in there.
Yep.
It's such a good heel. And
Well, it's like AJ said there earlier. Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
it's
so.
true. But there was, I guess the problem was when he first started doing the gimmick, and I love the story about how they protected kayfabe in the gimmick because Vince basically told him that he wanted Ted to be the $1 Million Man, like everywhere. So he would go to like I forget what department it was, and he'd get like a big wad of cash to carry on with him everywhere. And he would go and he would pay people's like dinner checks at fancy restaurants, and he would just throw his money around just to kind of establish the character. But the problem is he started getting cheers.
Yeah.
Because, he's giving everybody money. Who's
Giving
not gonna
everybody
like
money.
that?
Why not? Yeah.
So that's when he started doing the stuff like with the kid dribbling the basketball and kicking the ball away before he could get it. And
Yep.
But yeah, so they had him flying first class and taking limos to all the shows when everybody else was driving rental cars and riding coach and everything. But I don't think he had heat though over
I don't
that,
think he did.
surprisingly. He was drawing
From
the
what I've
money.
heard, and he was always, he was still
He was
very
generous.
humble. He
He
was
was
very
humble. Yeah.
humble.
Yes.
And I
Uh,
think that has a lot to do with it. If you're good to the boys are good to you.
oh yeah.
So,
Uh, do you remember? You were there when Teddy was at the expo, right?
no, he's going to be there this year.
Okay, he was there the first year I went a couple years ago, and he told the
Okay.
story about the kid with the basketball during his Q&A.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and I guess he didn't ever see the kid for years after, but then at one of the rental car places like 10, 15 years ago, he was getting his car, and I guess the kid was working as the manager of the rental company
Oh,
and found him.
oh,
It was
wow.
crazy.
That's
And I guess,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. It's crazy to think how things like that can happen.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Uh, all right. So you got Teddy, you got the vignettes. Of course, you got to talk about Virgil.
Virgil,
The
he's
foot
crazy now.
rubbing is.
It's okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have a whole folder full of pictures where I photoshopped Virgil at his table in different places. I don't know if
No
I shown you
mind.
those, Minderz.
No.
I may have to start sending those in the group chat. I kept it
Okay.
in here and there. But yeah,
Sounds
here we
good.
see Virgil twisting the fungus off of Teddy's toes
Ugh.
in the locker room. He looks thrilled.
Yeah,
Uh,
doesn't he?
yeah.
Did you ever root for anybody more though than Virgil when Virgil started to turn on $1 Million Man though?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was so fun.
When he
It
was
was
a
like,
Piper.
when is he gonna get sick of it? When is he gonna
I
get
loved
sick
it.
of it?
The Rumble when he finally hit him with the belt. Piper was like yelling at him from commentary about all that stuff. It was just good stuff. But before we get to that, we got to talk about the Mega
Yep.
Bucks.
Megabucks.
DiBiase and Andre. When DiBiase temporarily bought the contract of Andre the Giant.
Yep.
Don't take my seat. I'm going to need that here in a little bit. She's on my spot at the couch. So these three are involved in probably the greatest angle ever cooked up on television.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Look at that.
I was so heartbroken though.
Oh, I mean, legally, yeah, Andre can't just hand the belt over to somebody, so I got why they vacated the title. I just wish they would have had DiBiase win the tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, because I love Macho and I wanted them to stay babyface, and then you can do Hogan and DiBiase at WrestleMania 5, get Hogan his belt back then. But it
Hindsight's
seems like
2020.
it makes no sense to me why they never had that match one-on-one at WrestleMania, Hogan and DiBiase. I know they did the tag match at WrestleMania 9, but still,
Yeah.
it was like the natural, like the top babyface and the top heel. It just should have been
It
co-joined
should
with
have
each other.
worked. It should have worked.
I mean, heel Macho against Hogan was fantastic, but still, I mean, you could have done Hogan and DiBiase instead of Hogan Warrior.
Yeah.
I'm
Although
always guilty of armchair booking here and there.
we both are. It's fine.
Yeah.
What's your next
Ugh.
picture? I want to see. I want
All
to
right,
see. I want to
next
see.
up. Okay, so after the singles run, the whole stuff with Virgil, he took on Sherry as his manager for a bit, and then he wound up going on to his last big run as a wrestler before back injuries made him retire.
Yeah.
Money Inc. There you see it there, him and IRS.
We get to meet them this year at the expo. I'm
We
excited.
do. I can't wait. I'm hoping there's a photo op with Money Inc. with the belts.
There better be.
Especially if Jimmy's there again this year.
That'd be fun.
I am going to ask a question of IRS if they do a Q&A.
What's that? If he paid his taxes?
No, I'm going to ask if it's true that there was talk of having a tag team with him and The Undertaker called Death and Taxes.
That would have been. Oh, that would have been fun.
I heard Bruce Pritchard say that was actually an idea that was pitched, but I want to know if Rotunda ever heard about it. Because me, I love my wordplay. That would have been great.
Right. Right.
Yes. So DiBiase and Irwin win the belt a couple times, beat the Road Warriors and the Natural Disasters, respectively for the titles. And then DiBiase, the whole time he's going to WWE in WWF, he's also going to Japan here and there, teaming with Stan Hansen
Right.
in All Japan. Winds up hurting his back, so he had to retire. Became a manager, and who can forget the $1 Million Corporation?
Right.
Look at those guys. Never won a match on a pay-per-view. None of them. Not a damn one of them. The whole. And this is just
But
a
man,
handful.
look at the people that are in it, though.
And this is only a fraction of them. You got Bigelow, you got Kama, the Godfather, you got Tatanka,
Right.
you got Bundy there. Then you add to the fact you got, I'm trying to think who else was all, IRS, of course, was in there. Later on, Steve Austin, Sid Vicious, X-Pac. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3 Kid, kayfabe.
Right.
And yeah, it was just a who's who of guys that should have been better.
Right.
Of course, main event of WrestleMania 11, managing Bam Bam against LT. See, there's Austin. Look at that guy.
I was the
He looks
ringmaster.
He looks none too pleased with his name and his position at this point.
Well, I mean,
I
was
heard
the
he wasn't.
ringmaster.
I heard he wasn't happy being managed by DiBiase. I think he felt he didn't need a mouthpiece.
He didn't really.
Crazy thought, really.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, he didn't really need a mouthpiece.
No, and that's not a knock on DiBiase. It's
Mm-mm. There are
so,
certain
yeah.
there are certain guys that came up that they could already do their own talking. They didn't need
There
any
was a
help.
period where every heel needed a manager.
Yeah.
It was just if the heel came in, they just put him with somebody. It was especially back when they had like Heenan and Jimmy Hart and Fuji and all those
Slick.
guys. Slick, yes. So after the run with Austin, he goes to WCW, and I remember him sitting in the seats here, and there was speculation because the NWO was feuding with the Horsemen, and this was the first night he was there, so he put up the 4 fingers, so trying to make people think that he was going to be the 4th Horseman or a member of the Horsemen. He's a manager, and then he threw up that 5th finger as the 5th member of the NWO and he did the laugh, and I popped. I was like, oh, this is great. Because this is when I love the NWO because it wasn't oversaturated with everybody on the roster. It was just
Everybody
it
was
just
an
Hogan.
NWO at this point.
No, it was Hogan, Hall, Nash, and the Giant before DiBiase joined. Then we got X-Pac and Virgil. And that was it for a while until Buff joined up at the end of like 96. But then he talked about how hell froze over when Punk came back. This was hell freezing over for me when I was in high school. DiBiase and Hogan on the same team.
Right.
Billionaire Ted. Yep, that's what Hogan called him. Billionaire Ted.
Yep. Well, they couldn't call him the $1 Million Man, could they? Wasn't that copyrighted?
It was intellectual property, yes.
Yep.
Ted DiBiase's his real name, so he could use that. But
Right.
then after he left for the NWO, he started managing the Steiner brothers. It was okay, not great.
Yeah.
It was basically.
Well, now you're getting into the sketchy part of WCW, though, too.
Yeah, this is right before Scotty joined the NWO and dyed his hair blonde and started doing math and promos.
Steiner math.
Yeah, basically, the idea was that DiBiase was their secret weapon to go against the outsiders because he knew all their tricks. Good psychology.
Ah, okay.
But so yeah, after the Steiners run was over, he kind of walked away. He left and kind of did his own thing. He joined Creative for a while in WWF, WWE. Of course, we know about his son joining, teaming up with Cody, being tag champs, going to prison, all that
Legacy.
stuff. Yeah, legacy. And yeah, so then after that, I forget what year it was. I think it was 2009, maybe 2010. He finally got into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
But what I really want to talk about is my favorite Ted DiBiase, believe it or not, isn't the $1 Million Man stuff. It's when he was in Mid-South.
See, and that's where I need to get back and watch my Mid-South because I was
late to it. We didn't get Mid-South on TV when I was a kid, so I had to watch it later on. But I watched the stuff he did. Look at this guy.
That doesn't even look like him.
No. He had the loaded black glove because he was still a heel.
There you go.
He was their top heel. He was their North American champion because they didn't have a world title in Mid-South. But he was a member of the Rat Pack.
Oh my!
It was him, Jim Duggan, and Matt Bourne, who you all know as Doink the Clown, the original Doink the Clown.
The
They were like the
good
heel
Doink the
stable,
Clown.
the best Doink the Clown.
Yes, the best.
Yeah, when he wasn't on his recreational goodies, as our friend Bari
Yeah.
likes to call him.
Yes.
But they were like the big heel team. Duggan and Bourne were, no, I'm sorry, Bourne and DiBiase were tag champs. DiBiase was the North American champ. Duggan held any number of state, like regional championships. And then, yes, Rat Pack Bari, you were right. And then after a while, he joined up with the dreaded Skandar Akbar, still as a heel. But the thing that really turned the corner, he actually went babyface in Mid South as a wrestler. And this is
I
a
think
match
I've
I don't
heard
think.
Cornette talk about him being babyface in Mid South.
Mhm.
So
But there's a match that you will not like, Minderz.
shocker. Oh jeez.
Wrestled Flair on TV. Let a gusher before the match even started. It was a whole thread through the whole show. That happened at the beginning of the show. Halfway through, Bill Watts goes on camera saying that DiBiase demanded his title shot even though he was hurt. So he goes out with the big Spirit of 76 head bandage on, wrestle Flair. Bandage comes off. He's bleeding like a motherfucker. Winds up so woozy that he falls out of the ring and gets counted out. And then Dick Murdoch came and gave him a brainbuster on the floor. Just good stuff.
Sounds like it.
But
Sounds
that's
like
what.
my type of match.
But he went into the match as a heel, but he got over as a baby face
Yeah, it's a baby.
in the
Yeah.
process. Here he is without the blood.
Yeah.
As a
Now
smiley
see,
baby
now
face.
this is getting more into the way I remember DiBiase right there.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
feathered hair and the yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a match out there, Minderz, on YouTube that I think you'll enjoy because it is the most overbooked fiasco of a match I've ever seen.
So I won't
I was
enjoy
I,
it, is what you're
I,
saying.
I watched it today after I got home from work, and I had to show Stacy a little bit of it. So as a backstory, when DiBiase was a heel in Mid South, and Bari, I'm gonna test you. I want to see if you know what this match is before I say it. Oh, Dwayne, yeah, you're right about this one. When he got pile driven on the floor, then several more times by the Freebirds in the ring. Yeah, the Freebird feud was awesome later on. But anyway, so he had a feud with Duggan going around the circuit.
Mhm.
They have a series of matches, each with a different stipulation. They have a cage match, coal miner's glove match. Coal miner's glove on the pole.
Right.
Tuxedo match. That's why I was bringing up the tuxedo match earlier.
Ugh. Yeah. Okay.
They had a loser leaves town match. They had no disqualification. Every match you can imagine. Then the blow off of the feud, they put all of them together in one match.
You know what we
Literally.
call that? We call that Mama's house.
But no, it's no bullshit. It is both guys in tuxedos in a cage with a coal miner's glove on a pole. Loser leaves town, no disqualification match. And it was loser leaves for 30 days. So, see,
Oh,
Bart,
well, yeah,
you were
'cause
half right. But I love how they used to do the loser leaves because they would do it permanently if the guy was leaving the territory for good, moving
Right.
on. In this case, it was loser leaves town for 30 days because Teddy had a month-long tour of Japan coming up. So that's how they got him off TV to go do
That makes sense.
his thing. Yeah. It's good old-fashioned booking, Bill Watts,
Good
say what you want about Bill Watts. I love the booking in Mid-South so much. That's my favorite of all the territories back in the day. Even more so than Crockett, believe it or not.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get some more business going on here. And yeah, so I think DiBiase is a very well-deserved. Oops.
Again,
Wrong
one of
one.
those that why isn't he already in? Oh yeah, we don't have enough time.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Especially now that we're going to be doing every other week with the top 10 Tuesdays and the Hall of Fames and everything. So we are going to conclude the Hall of Fame and move on to our top 10. And we're doing pretty well. It's 8 o'clock.
We are.
So we're getting it figured out here. So
Really kind of curious to actually, speaking of, I'm really kind of curious to see about this NXT match if Wesley's going to pull it off, because he's in there with some heavy hitters. So
yeah, all former North American champions, as I understand it.
well, it's what
I
Johnny,
forgot Johnny Gargano, Trevor Grimes, or Cameron Grimes. I was calling Trevor Lee, and Big Bronson. So
oh jeez,
there'll be a lot of eating going on in that match, Minderz.
there could be. There could be.
I've totally spaced out. I forgot to show everybody my warning that I created to. I'm gonna give it to Tony
Oh.
to have him put it at the top of every AEW show now.
Okay, I'm ready.
Should I put it up? Can I put it up?
Yes, put it
Okay.
up. Warning.
Would you like to?
Don't let the fact that the higher ups in this company let the talent do whatever they want to fool you. The stunts performed on this program are stupid and should not be attempted by anyone. Do not try this at home. And that includes the wrestlers should not be attempting some of this crap.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
it kind
added
of-
that bit.
Yeah. Well, I really think they need to put the "Don't try this at home" thing up just for legal reasons because somebody's gonna get hurt doing this shit in their backyard.
Yes. Or trying to one up it.
Right.
That's the bad part. You're gonna have those people out there that want to one
I mean,
up
they could
it.
put the warning up, but that doesn't mean they're going to listen. But at least
Yeah,
then
well,
Tony
yeah.
would be absolved of any, some wrongdoing.
Right.
All right. Well, with that said, Minderz, what do you say we get into our next and penultimate piece of business here?
You know, I'm really excited because I actually did put a top 10 together. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think you
excited.
you even have an honorable mention, which I don't have.
I do. I have an honorable mention.
All right, so here we go. I swear, if I ever get to be a manager, I'm using that as my entrance music. Hey, it's good
That
enough
won't
for Don
work very well
Rickles.
for BA though. Come on now.
No, maybe not. But if it's good enough for Don Rickles, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So our subject this week for Top 10 Tuesday: top 10 wrestlers under the age of 30. And our
Yes.
criteria, Minderz, is literally from up to the age of 29. If you
I
were
know,
30, you do not qualify.
Which took out like 3 of the ones I wanted because they
Yeah, it
turned
took out a
30
couple of
this
mine.
year.
It took out a couple of mine. That's why Will Ospreay's not on my list. That's why Dragunov isn't on my list.
Right? That's the reason Butch isn't on my list.
But he's not. He's 30.
He turned 30.
Oh, I thought he was like. Well, no, he's been there for a while because I remember he was like 25 when he debuted. So that makes
No,
sense.
he's 30. I looked it up. Believe me.
All right. Well, Minderz, before we get into the countdown, what is your honorable mention?
My honorable mention, and it's because, and here's AJ. Knock it off, dude.
AJ, that's shit. That's the kind of shit Dwayne does.
Yeah.
No offense, Dwayne.
So my
You know.
honorable mention is Daniel Garcia. That's my
Okay.
honorable mention, and the whole
Dancing
reason
Dan.
is because of his dancing. I hate his gimmick.
If he was a
Hate it.
better dancer, would he have made your list?
No. If he would cut the dancing completely out and got away from Jericho and been straight up wrestler and not a sports entertainer,
Red Death.
I would be all about it.
He had a phenomenal match with Tom Lawler at a Black Label Pro show I was at a couple of years ago.
I can imagine. Like I said, whenever he's wrestling, he's great.
Yes.
I can't stand the dancing. I'm over it.
No, the dancing is awful, especially when he was doing the shit with Billy Gunn. That was just weird.
Exactly. Damn it, AJ.
All right. So let's get into the actual top 10. Do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
No, you go first because you have pictures.
Okay.
And I
All
think my 10 will probably surprise you.
Okay. Well, here's my number 10. I want
Yeah,
Billy
okay.
Starks. 19 years old, Ring of
didn't-
Honor.
Damn it.
Uh,
Now I feel
her
bad.
booking is
'cause I forgot
atrocious.
about her. Yeah.
Her booking is atrocious right now, being the minion and all this, which I think they're angling to get her to be the one to beat Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's title out of this.
I hope
But
so.
but she is so good for being as young as she is.
I completely forgot about Billy Starks. I feel terrible now. Because I loved her. I've seen her in a bunch of different promotions around here.
She's been in 0-1, right?
Yeah, she was at 0-1 and she was at Hybrid. She's been at Hybrid. She's been at 0-1. She actually fought Rain in 0-1. So in a
Okay.
triple threat with Lainey Luck. So
I think I remember seeing one of Ring's promos about Billy on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Billy was over so much in Reign, of course. Wrestling during the pandemic days. Oh, okay. Huh.
Oh wow. Heard the Cobra
Okay.
were wrestling during the pandemic, and she survived.
But yeah. Good pick. Good pick.
Thank
So people
you.
might scoff at my number 10. Yeah, she
Okay.
was part of the first hybrid eliminator match. And it was like Ace Perry, Sam Knight, Aaron Atlas. AJ, you'd have to help me with the
Babushka?
other two. I don't think it was Babushka. I don't remember. But
Bang, bang,
my
Mark?
number 10 is Nathan Frazier, and he's 25.
Ooh, okay. Very strong pick. I like Nathan Frazier. He did not make my list because I forgot about him, but
We'll
just in
see.
the
I don't
context of
feel
the
so bad.
list. But
Yep.
no, I
Oh,
love the stuff
Cameron
he's doing in
Saturn. That was
NXT.
the other one. Okay. Cameron Saturn
Oh,
was in
okay.
that eliminator too.
Gotcha.
So
All right. Nathan Frazier is a strong pick. I like it. All right. My
like I
number
said, he was
9.
25. So I was like, yes.
All right. My number
What's your
9
number 9?
is not. I've got him this low, not for his talent, but for just I'm not wild about. Well, I'm okay with most of his booking. I like the fact he's in the team that he's in, but he kind of got shuffled down the mid card a little bit here.
Nah.
Austin Theory, 26 years of age, former U.S. champion. I could see him and Grayson Waller as tag champs, like the shitty heel tag champs. You know what I mean?
I'm so over Grayson Waller. I'm sorry. Not a fan.
I like him. He's good at being the shithead heel, and I appreciate
I
that.
guess. So my number 9 is Kyle Fletcher. He's 24.
Okay. The bridegroom of Sky Blue.
Yeah, I don't hold that against him.
No. I do like Aussie Open. I think they're a really good tag team.
I do too. I like Aussie Open.
AJ says Austin Theory will be WWE champion in 5 years. I wouldn't honestly.
I'm
wouldn't
okay with
surprise me.
it.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Maybe him and Punk should do a singles run.
That'd be good. I mean, assuming the Punk is going to go. Punk might be a free agent. He seems like he might
I'm
be the
assuming
kind of
he
guy that can
probably
go wherever he
is.
wants.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
got that
assuming
Brock
he's a
spot,
free
you know.
Yeah.
He's got Brock status. All right, moving on. My number 8, fresh out of the joint, Dirty Dom.
What?
I love the shot that
War
Cole.
Games cage?
I
It's
love
most time
the
he
shot
spent
that Cole
behind
took out
bars.
and said, "Yeah."
This is the most time Dom
great.
spent behind bars. So you had
He's having
Dom.
flashbacks to being in the hole.
So my number 8 was Austin Theory. So
Oh, okay. All right.
so yeah, we were just about on the same page. So
Hangman Page is not on our list.
no, hell
He might
no.
be in his 30s though.
He is.
All right, we are to number 7.
Yep.
All right.
This one will shock you for me, but I want to see what yours is.
All right. Konosuke Takeshita,
Yeah.
28 years of age. I love his work. I mean, he's so much better than how he's being booked in AEW.
Yeah, he is. Well,
Oh, AJ.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. When he was first being booked, they were doing it right. Now he's getting lost in the mix, in my opinion.
He's kind of getting overshadowed by Don Callis.
Yes. Yes. So my number 7 is Logan Paul. He is 28.
Ooh, interesting. You know what?
Hey,
for his ability in the ring,
exactly.
I'm okay with it.
And he's the U.S. champ, so I'm interested to see what your number 6 is.
My number 6. Let's see. I went the NXT route for number 6 here.
Okay.
Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
She's just a I mean, she's been in the business about 8 years, but she's still just a baby. She's 22.
Yeah, she is a baby. Well, she's one of Booker's kids too, isn't she?
Oh yeah, yeah. And such a good worker, which I've thought since she was in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm. So, I did go. I went AEW on this one, and I actually went with Toni Storm because she's 27.
Yep, like I said, best thing that AEW's got in their women's division right now. Maybe one of the more entertaining acts in the company as a whole.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I agree.
I'm still with AJ. I want to see Danhausen like as her obsessed stalker. It's just
She's already got
it
the
writes
black and white
itself.
makeup. It does.
It writes itself.
Yeah,
Hello.
it does.
Just for the
And he'll start-
interaction, I'd be up for
Exactly. What's your number 5?
Number 5, still with NXT here. Him, Carmelo Hayes, 29 years of age.
Yep.
This guy's special. He's a
He is.
to paraphrase Jim Ross, he's a blue chipper.
He is. He's kind of got it all. And as soon as they can get him pushed, I'm
Wayne, I'm starting to wonder about you.
I am
Storm is
too.
boring.
really
Shame
starting
on
to
you,
wonder.
Dwayne. Shame on you, Dwayne.
My number 5 is Tyler Bate. He is 26.
I am a fan. I am a fan of Tyler Bate.
Yep.
Yes. Big strong boy indeed.
Big strong boy.
I don't
Now,
know
I'm
how I feel
interested to
about
see if our number 4 is the same.
uh,
Because I know
I
our
can-
3 isn't. So,
I promise you, our 4 is not the same.
okay.
I had Tony number 4,
Okay.
and I had to go with a black and white picture just to,
Well, duh. You
comparisons.
have to.
And if you haven't seen her accepting her championship on Wednesday, go out of your way to go and find that and watch it. It was gold.
Yeah.
Everybody played their part so well in that segment.
My number 4,
Number 4.
Braun Breaker.
Ooh,
25.
yep. Just a pup, no pun intended.
Just a baby.
Yeah.
He is a pup.
Well, should I just go with my number 3?
Yep. Go through number 3. Well, we
Braun
weren't
Breaker,
off too much
26
by that.
No, we're pretty close. Man, just his ability in the
He's so good.
He's so good. Everything he does is tight. I like his promos. Sounds like a
Mhm.
cross between his dad and his uncle. Like in his
Sounds like
his
a grown
voice.
ass man. That's what.
Oh, there's a compilation on YouTube of all of Tony's silent films and backstage interviews on YouTube. I'm gonna have to go find that.
You may. All right.
But no, Braun. Yeah, if he's not on the main roster by Night After Mania next year, I'm confused.
I think he should be in the Rumble this year, but
I think he will be. I honestly do.
Okay.
I think he'll be.
we said that last year too.
We did. I think he's ready though. I think he's ready this year.
Okay.
All right, we're going to our top 2, and AJ has already made
Number
his guess
3.
on the
We're
comments.
at 3.
Oh,
You just
number
did your
3.
3.
You're number 3. You're number 3.
My number 3 is Mello.
Mello.
Yep.
Him.
Hayes. Yeah.
I don't know how old Trick is, but I didn't have him on my list. But he has been doing
I
good
didn't
work,
either. I don't know. Let me find out.
Yeah.
I'll find out real quick.
Though. All right.
But
So
go ahead and do.
the
I
Peanut
think our-
Gallery has made their guess for what our top 2 are, Minderz. So let's see if they're right.
Okay.
My number 2,
Same.
Rhea Ripley, 27
Mine too.
years.
Mine
Yes.
too.
So good. Everything she does. I told you she's like the modern day Sherry Martel.
We missed
both
out on
as a
Trick.
manager-
He's 29.
Oh, well, he might have got my honorable mention.
Yeah.
You know what?
there
I'm just going to name him an honorable mention.
go. Okay. That
So
works.
so we both have the same number 2.
And I'm pretty sure
So
we both had
Rhea
the same
Ripley.
number 1.
All right. Well, let's dispense with the formalities. My number 1. I don't know if it's the same one as you have,
I'm
but-
sure it is.
but since I figured it out, Minderz,
Yay!
my number 1.
Mine
Axwell
too.
Jacob Friedman, MJF, AEW World Champion, Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion, Better than
Up
you,
and
and you know it.
exactly. Better
Uh,
than you, baby.
looking notwithstanding, he's so good. Everything he
Yeah.
does is so good.
Even outside of the
Oh,
ring, like
poor
even
AJ.
his
Oh, AJ.
but the MJF up until the stuff with Cole has just been
Yeah.
brilliant.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
been great.
It's pretty much as soon
Even
as they turn
his
him babyface.
and even like his outside I love the fact that he is in character 24/7.
Mhm.
That's my favorite
Yep.
because that's the way he treated everybody at the expo last year and I loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, whatever, Dwayne. That's he's supposed to be. So do you say that
Wait,
so he's doing his job?
what did he say? Oh, yeah. Not total asshole. He's your scumbag, Dwayne.
He's my scumbag. I do kind of like that, and I don't mind the kangaroo kick whole thing because the
I'm okay
kangaroo
with the
kick
kangaroo kick because it looks effective.
it does, and it's hilarious. He's like,
The hopping around, I have issue with.
I think it's
I
fun.
like his finish. I like the heat seeker. That's a cool
Yes.
finish. I like that he just does a regular Fujiwara armbar as a submission finish.
Yeah, I do too. Look, I have a notebook now, Breb. I have a notebook.
Hey, look at that.
I'm moving up in the world.
Oh,
Can
hey,
we
look
pay
who's in
some
the
bills?
chat. Look who's in the chat. Devin Quinn is in.
Devin! Yeah, hey Devin. Well, I have your tag partners cup.
Devin Quinn of your new favorite tag team in Hybrid
Yes.
Championship Wrestling.
They are my new favorite tag team.
Yeah.
Although it's so weird because I used to hate them a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh, you used to give them the business regularly.
I did.
But we may have to have Devin and Jay on the show sometime.
That'd be so fun. Devin, you want to come be on the show? Got it. Understand.
AJ says MJF turning face. He doesn't need to quit being the devil. MJF is going to be a babyface because the people are going to learn to love them some devil. Quote from Jim Cornette.
Hey, you know what? It reminds me so much of yay, we can get Devin on here sometime.
Hey, nice. It's on record.
It's on record. But no, MJF reminds me so much of Stone Cold that's not even funny. Because remember how much everybody hated Stone Cold, but then when he started
You're talking when he was studying Steve?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Sure. Jackass. But no,
I like studying Steve Austin. That was a good heel character.
well,
Hollywood
it may have
Blondes.
been, but it wasn't. It didn't have the following that Stone Cold has. So,
Well,
just saying.
no.
But
I see a lot of. And I know he was technically his manager for a bit. I see a lot of Tully Blanchard in MJF when he's a heel.
mm-hmm. Maybe he actually sat
Because
and learned from Tully.
maybe MJF strikes me as the type that would actually sit under the learning tree with some of these veterans and listen to them. But Tully was the same way. He was not afraid to be the asshole.
No. And people are loving the fact that he's the asshole. So it's great.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of MJF telling Joe to fuck off on Wednesday? Like, yep, he's still in there.
He's still our buddy. Like it.
And Joe reacted how anybody would. They're basically welched on a promise. You try kill him.
Well, but we also got the famous Joe walking away while the guy was in midair. So I'm okay
So
with
good.
it.
So good.
I love it. But
all right. Well, Minderz, what do you say we pay some bills and get out of here?
let's
It's
pay some
going on
bills. I'm
8:30.
hungry.
Me too.
Hungry.
I think the wife is making tacos. So
Ooh, you're not stuck with turkey tonight? I'm surprised.
I had a turkey sandwich before, like when I got home from work, and they put me to sleep. I woke up at like 5:30.
Gotcha.
All right, well, let's pay some bills here. ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod for all of your, well, most of your t-shirt needs from the JTR Podcast Network. There you see it. You get your shit and move. I had to do that on Saturday. Then
I think we all do at some point.
yeah,
But
the
at least
bump
we
card.
do.
Yes, got the bump card t-shirt. Got House Fights Draw Money. Tony's Florida style fast food booking, all kinds of good stuff there.
Independent wrestling matters.
Independent wrestling matters because you know it does.
It does.
Yes. brainbustertees.com/other/JTR-podcast-network. And I remind when you guys go to the podcast, I put these in the information so you don't have to just go by my sloppy reading of this graphic. You can just
Right.
click on it and they'll take you right to it. So you got more stuff from Jumping the Rail, from our 01 Shootout podcast, from the Gold Rush show, which a week from Friday, we're doing our next Gold Rush episode. We had some scheduling conflicts, but we're going to be talking about the WCW Hardcore Championship
Oh
a
boy.
week from Friday.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so you see some of these. You got our Heart Foundation version. You got the Kiss logo. You got the we call them belts, the Gold Rush shirt, all that. Giddy Mindy if you want to get a Minderz shirt.
Giddy Mindy.
Or if you want to get a Gary Vasilio t-shirt, you can get the bearded dragon right there. Which I think I need to get that for Gary for Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah.
I said I already
then
have my
also-
Giddy Mindy sweatshirt, so
Yeah. And then also, if you're an ECW fan, you can get our JTFNR shirt, which I think is cool. I got mine. It's I actually was going to wear it today, but I fell asleep, so I had to hurry to get stuff put together. And then also, we talked about it earlier, Elam's Famous Fudge. Look at that. If you're interested, hit up Minderz on
hey,
Facebook.
ask Devin. Devin tried it Saturday.
Oh, yeah. You know what? AJ makes a good point. Independent wrestling matters because your favorite WWE AEW guy was somebody's favorite local guy first. It's very
Yes.
true.
Very true.
Dwayne, he had a wrestler end up in his lap. I forget who was it. Sabin Gage?
Maybe.
I forget.
There you go.
Half a tin of fudge in like a night.
He did.
That fudge can be addicting when it's done properly, and as I
I
understand,
enjoyed the fact he was walking around just scooping with a spoon. It was great.
Very nice, very nice.
Devin, you
I bet
have
he
to
had
go
a
back
face
and
like this.
listen. We did talk about the show Saturday,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
yeah. See,
I have to keep.
I
And
love
then, of
that.
course, yeah, I think my favorite thing tonight though has been Napoleon Tony part.
Oh boy,
Oh, Tony, he makes it so easy.
he does.
It's low
Makes it
hanging
too
fruit.
easy.
It's fish in a barrel, if you will.
All right, we're getting off track. We're getting off track. Let's get out of
all
here.
All right, let's get out of here.
Don't forget tomorrow, 01 Shootout
Oh
podcast.
yes, tomorrow the 01 Shootout, and it's just gonna be you and me, Minderz.
Yep,
No
card
guests
subject
this
to
time.
change. That always
We're,
happens. Kind of always happens. It's all right.
Yep, every now and then
Oh.
it happens, but we got a lot to talk about tomorrow.
We do have a lot of 01 to talk about tomorrow.
Yes.
And I need to talk to you about if you have a I can't even talk, specific TikTok that needs to be viewed. If you have
Oh.
the video, I'll have to get that to you.
I mean, I probably had the video on my phone because it was my video that they used. So
Well, that's true. Yeah,
I can
so
I
get
can
that.
find it and I'll put them up on there. But
There you go.
a couple of action shots from the big cage match in Terre Haute.
Yes.
Yes,
We
yes,
will
Dwayne.
talk
we do.
about and and we'll talk about how I think I got more hugs at that show than any show I've ever been to, but that's okay.
They know.
They know.
All right. Well, until our next episode, which in 2 weeks we are going to be doing another fantasy draft episode, Minderz.
Oh, that's in two.
It's
Oh,
gonna-
crap. Okay.
It's going to be Yumi, Bari, and I think AJ's going to be jumping on with us too and running through it. We're doing Stars of the 80s this time around.
Okay.
So, and it's not the fantasy supercard. It's not going to be matches. We're just drafting a roster in this.
We're just
episode- on that
drafting
episode.
rosters.
And then, of course, the episode after that, November 26th, we're doing our year in review episode. I believe Gary will be back for that one.
I'm
Uh,
excited.
I think Bari's joining us for that one also, and maybe Narj. I talked to
Oh,
Narj.
we're
He
gonna
might
have
jump
quite-
in.
We're having quite
We
a
might
crew.
have a whole crew. This usually the year in review goes long, so be prepared.
Yeah, and we're already
Yes.
2.5 hours tonight. But
2:29.
Yeah.
All right, let's say we get out of here before it hits 2:30.
okay, go.
All right. So for Minderz, thanks to Bari for hanging out with us. This is Red. Remind you all, life is hard, work stiff, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Thanks, guys. Back to you.